Now we know why you didn't get the call. They had work to do.
Well, they were trying to keep the secrets.
That's it.
That's right. They want to keep the secrets. They didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. But if they called me to help, I would have been there. Probably would have slowed them down a little bit. But I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm on time. I'm good. I'm happy. Tennessee, last time I checked, undefeated.
Unbeaten, 4-0. Tennessee's played 4 games and won all of them. Chattanooga, which entered the season as a preseason top 10 team.
Don't do that.
In the FCS. NC State, preseason top 25 team.
There was talk about NC State possibly winning the ACC.
Possibly winning the ACC.
Think about how crazy that is.
Yeah.
They couldn't win the AAC.
I made the pretty bold prediction last Friday before their game against Clemson that NC State would not return to the top 25 this season. Man, I'm gonna stick by that one. So Tennessee took care of NC State.
Broke them.
Took care of NC State. Oh, sorry, Kent State.
I'm about to say, you played them twice?
we said it.
A rematch?
Counted as 2 victories. Tennessee won by so much. Kent State, week 3. My brain just break right there. Just said the exact same name again. Kent State, maybe because I wasn't ready to get to that one. And then Oklahoma on the road. Norman.
All right, we're going to test this hypothesis that we break teams this weekend. As we sit back and enjoy an off week, what will Oklahoma do on the road at Auburn?
Well, I am curious to find out. I did see that Oklahoma is having to move a defensive back to help at wide receiver this week. They're not at full strength going to Auburn. Now, Auburn...
We broke the receivers.
Yeah.
That's what we did, man.
That's right.
Don't have any more left. Jermon McCoy.
That's what it was.
The receivers don't even want to play football anymore.
They play at Auburn this weekend. That's going to be a game.
That is going to be a hostile environment. If Auburn fans are given something early to cheer about, Oklahoma will get a taste of what it's like in the SEC. Like a little taste, because Auburn's not that good. But a little taste of how difficult it is to go on the road and win in this conference.
Well, think about this with Auburn, too. If Auburn doesn't –
they'll be confused, though. Oklahoma fans, they'll be a little confused.
Sure.
They'll be expecting Tigers. Then they'll see this big old eagle come down. Whoa, they got 2 mascots in the SEC? Yes, Auburn has 2 mascots. We normally don't do that, but we let Auburn have multiple mascots because it's just Auburn, okay? Mm-hmm. So Oklahoma fans, don't be confused. The mascot's a tiger, but that's also an eagle, too. So, sorry, go ahead.
So how does it work with Smokey and then also the Davy Crockett aspect?
Dude,
it's different.
Smokey's David Crockett's dog.
Okay.
Yeah. You know that?
So Auburn has
a dog as a sidekick.
Right. Man's best friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It goes together. Explain the tiger and the eagle, though. What is this? A scene from what's the movie called? Lion King? Is it a scene from Lion King or Madagascar?
Madagascar's good.
Yeah. Explain that one.
That one I can't.
I haven't been able to. Exactly.
That one I can't. Auburn's already lost at home to Cal, home to Arkansas. If they lose to Oklahoma at home, they still have to go to Georgia, go to Missouri, go to Kentucky, go to Bama.
Well, if they lose to Oklahoma, it's going to be your fault.
Whose fault?
Yours. You freeze through everybody else under the bus. It's going to be your fault, Josh Ford. It's going to be your fault.
Okay. Too many people have been rolled over. Got to find some others to.
It's going to be Cole Kublik's fault.
Yeah.
And it's going to be your fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Put it on me.
Yep.
I'll shoulder the blame.
I will.
On the other side, if Oklahoma loses, they were ready to come into the SEC and say, how about us? Long way to go for the Sooners. So what I'm confident in with that game is there's going to be an unhappy fan base. Very unhappy on Sunday, while Tennessee fans are going to just sit back, enjoy the weekend. I think take some joy out of at least one of Alabama or Georgia having to lose in this game. I don't know why I said at least. There will be one. One will win, one will lose. But, it's a relaxing time. We had so many years where we got to this point, week 5,
where
the local tension.
Oh, yeah. We spent an extra week talking about the loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Not a problem right now for Tennessee fans.
No.
The complaints this week have been, How come we settled for a double-digit road victory in one of the toughest places to play in America? That was the complaint this week.
Yeah, and the new worry is, will the sod be ready for the Florida game? That's the new worry. So, we always got to complain about something or worry about something. But not me over here, buddy. Undefeated, top 5, recruiting lights out, healthy for the most part. Man, I'm thrilled.
Basketball preseason's getting going?
Yes. Basketball season has started, Josh.
Okay.
Yeah, season started. I mean, you can say preseason, too, because you haven't played the first game, but
if I go over to the Food City Center tonight, will I get to watch a basketball game?
Scrimmage, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Scrimmage. But when you officially start practicing for the season, that is the start of the season. But I get from your point of view it being preseason because you haven't played a game yet. But my point of view is
Felix Okpara's reaching back like the season's here.
Man, he's been doing that since the moment he stepped on campus. That's the report. Get in the way if you want to. You will be posterized.
That would be a problem. Yep. So, things are good on Rocky Top.
Yep. 100%. So we get to sit back and see if Georgia can win or Alabama wins. If Bama wins, then we'll host a top 5 team. They'll probably be number 1 in the country.
Who are you pulling for Bama this weekend?
Huh? What? How did you get that from what I just said? No. If Georgia loses to Alabama, then Alabama will come in here probably as the number 1 team in the country or a really high top 5 team, which would be a good opportunity to knock off an undefeated team. That does not mean I'm rooting for them. I don't care if they come in undefeated or not. At the end of the day, they're still a good football team, and if Tennessee beats them, along with beating Florida and beating Arkansas, then we should be number 1 in the country after the Bama game.
Bama will play Georgia at home this weekend. The 2 games that will follow before the Tide come to Knoxville, Vanderbilt on the road and South Carolina at home. So I'm confident in predicting that if Bama wins Saturday, Bama will be unbeaten, and I think that Tennessee will be unbeaten when it hosts Alabama. I also think there's a very good chance there'll be all kinds of national attention on that game. College game day, perhaps. Tennessee, Alabama is the same weekend as Georgia, Texas, so keep that in mind too.
I'll tell you one thing. Go ahead now and give Coach Saban a warning. If College game day is here, don't start that mess, Coach. Don't start that mess. You know what I'm talking about.
Neutral observer, Nick Saban?
It needs to be. Don't start that mess. I know the emotional attachment to Alabama. Nick Saban has been awesome on College game day. Awesome. He was awesome last week, but he hasn't been at a place this year, College game day, where Alabama was featured. He was here 2 years ago. Part of his game came up a little bit short. I'm just saying, don't start that mess, Nick Saban.
He has been very complimentary of Josh Heupel in Tennessee football.
He has been. He's been great, man. That's why I said don't start the mess, because he's been doing a great job. You need to have on a black tie, blue tie, green tie, yellow, brown. Don't wear a red tie up in here, Nick Saban. Don't start that mess now. But Tennessee should be undefeated. Alabama, if they're able to beat Georgia, they'll be undefeated. There's no other place to go in America besides Knoxville, Tennessee, if you're College game day. So that'll be, or should be, the second time that Tennessee is featured on College game day in a month and a half of football. A little over a month and a half of football. That's going to be fun.
Times are good right now. 865-656-9900. If you would like to join us here on Josh and Swain with you until 3 o'clock, we've already covered a lot. Tennessee football, off week, big game, Georgia, Alabama. Swain perhaps rooting for Alabama. We'll get that figured out over the next few hours. A lot to cover. Again, you can be a part of the process. 865-656-9900 to join us. We have the Rye Master, Riley Thomas, producing for us today. VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward. We continue on Josh and Swain.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Phoenix Conversions. You love your home truck, work truck, SUV. You want it tricked out, fixed up, VIP. You need it modified, personalized. To get it like you want, you gotta take it to the guys at Phoenix Conversions. Hands down, no contest. Phoenix Conversions, when it has to be the best.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Good old East Tennessee, we know family, hard work, and helping your neighbors still means a lot. I'm Nick Whitehead with Whitehead Auto Sales in Alcoa and Knoxville. Our family-owned and operated business is celebrating our 20-year anniversary. Our pillars are those three items: family, hard work, and helping your neighbor. Experience the difference of why we've been voted #1 in Blount County for years now, and why we've expanded to Chapman Highway to help even more. Visit WhiteheadAutoSales.com or come shake our hands for a deal you can't find anywhere else. 20 years from our family to yours at Whitehead Auto Sales.
Imagine you're going into surgery and had a choice of doctors, one with 3 years experience and one with 10. The more experienced doc always wins out because the chances of a positive outcome are better, right? The same goes for commercial real estate. Trusting the less experience can cost you dearly when time and knowledge are factored in. So why take the chance? Trust the largest and most experienced commercial real estate company in East Tennessee. NAI Cola RM Moore, 40 plus years in business, over 20 brokers with countless prestigious industry certifications, and close to 500 years of combined staff experience. From office and investment property to property management, trust the experienced professionals at NAI Cola RM Moore to maximize your profit potential in commercial real estate. Reach NAI Cola RM Moore today. Call 865-531-6400. That's 865-531-6400. And online at colamore.com.
When you're craving some quality barbecue, there's only one place to go. Dead End Barbecue. Dead End Barbecue has been featured on ESPN's Taste of the Town, the first barbecue restaurant on the SEC network, Food Paradise, and named one of the top 100 barbecue restaurants in America. Dead End Barbecue, 3621 Sutherland Avenue, right here in Knoxville. Visit their website at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over. In business, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. Your quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, East Tennessee's most respected office technology company, to provide the solutions you need. Image Matters provides best-in-class workflow and print solutions from the two biggest names in print, HP and Xerox. The Image Matters team will leverage their expertise to develop a custom solution for you that fits both your needs and budget. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit ImageMattersInc.com or call 865-212-3600. Image Matters, technology you need, people you trust.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, The Sports Animal.
Thank you for being with us as we continue today's show on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. Great to be on the Tri-Cities each and every day. Great to have you with us. You can join us at 865-656-9900. We were asked in the text box, will College Game Day pick Texas, Georgia, or Tennessee, Alabama? Well, I don't know this, but I would think this week's result could play a part in that. If Tennessee and Alabama are both unbeaten, I'd be surprised if it's not Tennessee-Alabama. But Texas and Georgia, if they're both unbeaten, because we were also asked, will the winner of this game go up to number 1? I think Texas will probably stay there. But if Georgia wins at Alabama, if they've destroyed Clemson and won in Tuscaloosa, that'll give them a good case to be number 1. Texas is number 1 right now and deserves to be. They're probably going to destroy Mississippi State this weekend.
Well, if they don't, and they fiddle fought around with Mississippi State and Georgia dominates Alabama, then they might.
Georgia probably goes back.
Yeah, they'll probably jump Texas with Georgia. But if Georgia loses to Alabama, I think you have to be in Knoxville covering 2 undefeated teams in the top 5, or maybe even top 4 over Texas and a 1-loss Georgia team.
Yes.
I mean, it would make sense. But I don't care. I'm not rooting for Alabama to win. It ain't happening. Don't look at me like that. I'm not changing my mind. I don't care about college game day coming or not.
Rick in Chattanooga, we appreciate all our Chattanooga listeners right down I-75.
Mm-hmm.
Texted in, I like Roll Tide Swain. He sounds cool.
Ain't time for another break.
That's a few minutes away.
The segment sure has been long.
Let's say hello to Mike on Josh and Swain. Hey, Mike, thank you for calling in. What's on your mind today?
Well, hey guys, that I about threw it in my mouth when I heard that Roll Tide Swain.
Huh?
Anyway,
That was
what
Rick,
he
not
said
me.
about the Roll Swain for Alabama, the guy that just texted in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's officially
Swain
banned.
and Roll Tide does not go together.
That's right. Oil and vinegar, or oil and water, however you say it.
So I'm listening to a podcast the other day, and the host, I'm not going to mention his name, but he had Jimmy Himes on, and they got to talking about the game 2 years ago, and somehow or another we've got revisionist history going on, but the host said that Tennessee scraped by, and Alabama give that game away, and people keep forgetting that there was an exchange between Hooker and the running back that was laid on the ground and give them 7 points. So that game shouldn't even been really that close. But everybody wants to always think Bama give that game away, and I just don't see it that way. I just want to see what you thought.
I mean, you can look at that and say that for sure. That hey, Tennessee made a mistake there and gave because Tennessee was up multiple scores and Alabama was able to get back into the game partly because of that turnover. But
yeah,
they had a drop from their running back Jahmyr Gibbs that if he would have caught, that game probably would have been over. It opened the door for Tennessee to go down and score. So I mean, I'm not going to disagree too much with that, but at the same time, Tennessee, like you said, did have that fumble that allowed Alabama to get back in the game.
Yeah, the Jahmyr Gibbs drop is a huge break for Tennessee, but Mike, I would say it just doesn't matter. Tennessee scored 52 points. They had 5 touchdowns from Jalen Hyatt in a classic of a game. Like, did Clint Sterner kind of gave the ball up to Tennessee in 1998? Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's really a waste of hot air. Because last week you got Oklahoma fans saying, well, if we would have played this guy, we would have won. Who cares? You didn't. Like, you didn't. It didn't happen. So why does it matter?
Hey, Mike, we appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Yeah, so Tennessee won the game. And you have all kinds of games. Pretty much every champion is going to have a game where you look at it and say, man, they got a break there. Do you take advantage of it? Because after Sterner fumbled the football, Tennessee still had to drive down the field and score. After Jahmyr Gibbs dropped that pass and Bama missed the field goal, which would have given the Tide the lead, Tennessee still had to complete 2 passes very quickly in the middle of the field to set up a field goal, which Chase McGrath still had to go make to win the game. Otherwise, it's tied going into overtime. So, Tennessee caught some breaks, but you need that all the time in sports. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. You know what? I am going to disagree. I think it's silly. Silly point.
Josh in the text box I'll endorse this as a fellow Josh. I like Petty Swain. He makes me smile.
I don't think I'm being
too petty today. I don't want to see Nick Saban win a red tie if College Game Day is here in a couple of weeks. And I don't care if I'm looking ahead past Arkansas and Florida. I don't care. Because I think this weekend's game does have implications on whether or not Tennessee is hosting College Game Day. And last week was cool being part of College Game Day, but we want to host it. We want to show you how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to have way more people out there at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning than OU fans, and we're going to have a packed house. We're going to show Oklahoma how to do it.
Who will have more anti-Texas signs?
Probably OU. We'll have anti-Bama signs. Why? Because that's the team we're playing that day.
That'll be the focus.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Jay wants to know, when Swain calls Feinbaum, does he say, I'm Jason from Tennessee or I'm Jason from Alabama?
Oh, man.
By the way, Feinbaum calls you. You don't call Feinbaum.
That's right. That is correct. When he calls, I'll be there.
Dustin noting, anytime you lose, you could say you gave the game away by pointing out your mistakes.
It's pretty silly point, now that I think about it.
Yeah, like Tennessee didn't give the game away against Missouri. Missouri went out there and did what it did. But in a close game where both teams have a chance to win, you're going to look back and say, man, if we don't make this mistake or that mistake, or they made this or that mistake and that helped.
Yeah. Good point by you,
So
man. I mean, Nick Saban's a defensive guru, secondary guru, and he allowed several passes to be completed to put us in position to kick that field goal. Now, he didn't allow it, but his team did. So it's hard to say that Bama gave the game away. They had plenty of opportunities to win. I mean, they dropped the pass. That would have sealed the deal, and they didn't defend. That would have sealed the deal for them, but they didn't. Tennessee did. That's the way it works.
Yep. And legendary status comes from making those kinds of plays. Brew McCoy is forever a Tennessee legend thanks to making a huge catch to help set up the field goal and taking an iconic photo with the scar after the game.
That's right.
Ramel Keaton should always be remembered for huge catch over the middle of the field and getting up, going quickly because they needed to run one more play to have a chance.
Yep. Good job, Josh. You did this radio stuff.
Now, Jahmyr Gibbs could still get some kind of honorary VFL mention, not full-time status. Can you help me out with Wanya Morris's updated status? Because I saw him in the locker room where Creed Humphrey, former OU football player, had to pay up on a bet with Trey Smith. But Wanya didn't have to pay up. He was wearing Tennessee gear, laughing at Creed. What's going on there? How's that work?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. He is no VFL. He's no honorary VFL. He's a Sooner.
I joke often about the VFL status, giving you a hard time with guys who transfer. The board has to vote. But when it comes to the bragging right conversation, I was confused in that one. This was Wanya's two schools going up against each other, but he went to OU second. OU lost the game. Did he get grandfathered in for a Tennessee celebration?
I don't know, man. It's probably weird for Wanya because he picked one school because of business reasons. I don't know if he picked the other one for business reasons, but it's weird that he would claim Tennessee. And no, slight towards him. I'm sure he's a really, really good dude, but you can't claim two schools.
And I really mean this from a bragging right standpoint. I don't think there's any question that he has fond memories of his time at Tennessee.
Absolutely.
And he cares about University of Tennessee. That part's been made pretty clear. We can joke about the VFL stats.
For sure.
But when it comes to locker room bets, I'm confused.
I'm confused, too. I'm confused. I am confused, but I know what I'm not confused about. Trey Smith is winning in that locker room.
By the way, it's National Pancake Day. So a happy National Pancake Day to Trey Smith. He hands them out to opposing defenders on a weekly basis.
He'll be doing it again this weekend.
Remember the play it's against the Broncos where he's
pulling?
He pulls out to the right and just
destroying people?
I think it's a linebacker, maybe a safety, but it's an NFL player that he just throws into the air.
Yeah.
There's another play. I think he pulls to the left for Isaiah Pacheco in a long run against the Jets and just hammers it.
He's about to get paid after this season. Happy for him.
Yep. So happy National Pancake Day to all the offensive linemen out there, tight ends as well. They get in the mix sometimes. Offensive guard's the most underappreciated position in sports. I maintain that.
No, it really is. No, it really is.
Multiple people also asking this question, and then you will tell me that'll do it for this segment. If Swain is not rooting for Alabama, does that mean he's rooting, or as Derek in Rockwood asks, barking for Georgia on Saturday?
I can watch a game without rooting for either team. And I'll be doing that this weekend when I watch Bama and Georgia. I'll be rooting for the refs.
To make good or bad calls?
Both of them.
You could root for a bunch of bad calls to cause the ultimate irritation for both coaching staffs and players and fan bases.
I'll be rooting for a double overtime game that's really physical. I want a slobber knocker. That's what I want. That's what I'll be rooting for. But I don't care who wins the game. Some people can't do that. Like, some people have to root for one side or the other if they're watching the game.
Oh, I know. I'm with you. But people are often confused by my ability to watch and with zero emotion.
I'll be doing that with this game, Alabama and Georgia.
We'll continue the conversation. What do you think about this upcoming weekend? Tennessee football questions, comments, 865-656-9900 to join us. We have a lot to cover between now and 3 o'clock on Josh and Swain.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? Let's A-OK.
Cumulus Digital.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Tennessee football loses a commitment in the 2025 recruiting class and offensive lineman Douglas Utu as Utu flips from the Vols to Oregon. Utu had been committed to Tennessee since June 24th. More college football players continue to announce they will be redshirting this season, including Mississippi State wide receiver Creed Whitmore, Notre Dame cornerback Jade Mickey, and USC defensive lineman Bear Alexander. All these news comes after UNLV loses quarterback Matthew Sluka and running back Michael Allen to redshirts this season as well. 15-year NBA veteran Derrick Rose officially announced his retirement from the league today. Rose was a 3-time All-Star and the youngest MVP in league history back in 2011. Tonight, Week 4 in the NFL kicks off with the Cowboys at the Giants at 8:15. The Cowboys have lost 2 straight games, but are currently 5.5-point favorites against the G-Men. Have a great rest of your Thursday afternoon, and please stay safe out there on these roadways with all this rain. I'm Riley Thomas.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. Yesterday, we were set up at Ted Russell Lincoln, beautiful Lincoln vitrine, and we saw some of the great options they have on site for you. They have 0% financing available for 60 months on Lincoln Navigators and Lincoln Aviators. It is a perfect time. Run the math on that. You save big time with the 0% financing they have available and give yourself more flexibility. Same with Ted Russell Ford, with locations on Kingston Pike at Walker Springs Road, right next to Ted Russell Lincoln, as well as Parkside Drive. Low interest rates so that you can save and they can help you find the right type of vehicle for you. If you need a truck, check out the many combinations they have available with the F-Series, Maverick, Ranger, F-150 Lightning. If you are interested in their electric vehicles, they can help you at Ted Russell Ford, and they can help you save. Closing out September, getting close to closing out 2024. You can shop on Parkside Drive, on Kingston Pike, or head on over to the website, tedrussellford.net.
This has been a big announcement.
99.1 The Sports Animal presents FanDuel Football Fridays, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. Insight from all your favorite Sports Animal shows on the next day's Tennessee game. FanDuel Football Fridays on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We are the Nix family, and this is our Ingalls story.
Welcome to Henderson County, North Carolina, known throughout the South as Apple Country. Here, the family of Apple Wedge Farm is in its 5th and 6th generation, cultivating fresh fruit for the local community and beyond. For decades, these beautiful locally grown apples have graced the shelves of Ingalls markets, and we look forward to carrying them for decades to come. Ingalls. Low prices, love the savings.
It's the most wonderful time of year. Football is back, and it's tailgate time at Tennessee. That means delicious, hot, and juicy Big Kahuna wings. The wings that changed it all will change your next tailgate and make you the MVP. Choose from tailgate packages including wings and other delicious game day grub. Just call our Farragut location today at 865-288-7891 to get yours. Big Kahuna Wings, changing your taste buds forever.
Twin City Nissan has 3 Nissan models under $20,000, Versa, Sentra, and Kicks. TwinCityNissan.com on the world-famous Airport Motor Mile. With approved credit cannot be combined with other offers. See dealer for details. Ends 9/3/24.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor, but when it comes to erectile dysfunction and male performance issues, men from all around Knoxville have been thrilled seeing actual results when pills and wave therapies fail to deliver. They've introduced ED and enhanced treatments so exclusive you'll wonder why you waited. Jason from Farragut said Men's Pro changed his life. He thought he was doomed to hit and miss pills that gave him a headache, and his wife actually thought his ED was her fault. He'd given up until he found Men's Pro Knoxville. They did some tests and found a couple of treatments that absolutely worked. Now he has more confidence and his wife feels better too. He had forgotten how much it mattered in their relationship. A concierge consultation is only $99, and that includes a same-day hormone test because they're not just guessing, they're diagnosing. Call Men's Pro Knoxville at 865-544-8220. Treating ED before it becomes worse is a big deal, and if you catch it early enough, treatments exist that might keep you from using a pill every time. That's 865-544-8220 or menspronknoxville.com.
Hey folks, Gerald Dance with Ted Russell Nissan, and we're doing it again this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. If it'll drive, it's worth $5,500 toward the purchase of any new in-stock 2024 Nissan, Versa, Titan, even electric cars. So bring it, Sled to Ted, right here on Kingston Pike. Let's purchase new in-stock 2024 model. The driver 55 is a registered trademark of Ted Russell Nissan.
When you need help, you need it now. It's Tyler Ivins and my friends at Fleener Security Systems, and they're offering the fastest alarm response anywhere. Call Andre and his team today, 544-9964, or online at fleenersecurity.com to see how affordable true security really is.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Our WVLT First Alert Weather Day continues as we head through your Thursday afternoon. High temperatures only into the upper 60s to low 70s as we're tracking off and on periods of heavy showers and downpours at times with increasing rain coverage as we head through the overnight and into Friday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
The minute folks step into Dollywood in my Smoky Mountains, I want them to fill their hearts with all the beautiful things in this big old world. Dollywood, love every moment.
Plan your visit today at Dollywood.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. In counties near or small, there's a law firm to help you through whatever is your fall. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group to guide you through your most trying times. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Love the SEC and the college football passion.
Means more, Josh.
It does. Russell in Maryville says, I can watch a game and not root for a team. For example, Florida versus Mississippi State last weekend, but I root for whoever is playing LSU.
Well, last week I was like, no, I'm not going to bark. But I had my cowbells ringing last week watching Mississippi State against Florida. That didn't work, though.
Bill says you don't have a choice about what state you're born in, but you have a choice to go to the University of Tennessee. Lifetime VFL Jason Swain.
Well, if it was about where I was born, I'll probably be playing for the Illinois team. I'll be rooting for Brett Bielema because I wasn't born in Alabama. Just, I don't know what it says on Wikipedia or
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I'll ask, is it pronounced Grok? From the X, Elon's AI?
I guess. But I wasn't born in Alabama.
Okay. Man, fighting Illini for life. That'd be.
Yep.
That could have been you.
IFL. Yeah, that would have been weird. So.
Hey, we had this from Randall in the text box. So Riley mentioned the news in his Sports Minute a moment ago. It's news that we were kind of waiting on. Yesterday, Austin Price of AllQuest told us this is probably a matter of time.
Yep.
Highly touted offensive lineman Douglas Utu was expected to flip from Tennessee to Oregon, and he did that. Randall texted, Utu is an obvious NIL kid. Good riddance. I hope we get to kick their butt in a couple of years.
Goodness gracious, Randall is so aggressive. I like it. But don't think it's
Don't think
NIL.
that's the case here with Utu.
He is going to play tackle at Oregon. And it's something Austin mentioned. Tennessee was honest with him, and they saw him as a guard. Oregon said they saw him as a tackle. He wants to play tackle. If you look at our current tackles right now, John Campbell is 6'6". Dane Davis is listed as 6'7". Lance Hurd is listed as 6'6". Larry Johnson is definitely 6'7", standing next to him. Utu is 6'3". You look at our guards. Spraggins, 6'3". Jackson Lampley, 6'4". Andre Carriage is listed as 6'6", but I don't know about that. But they saw Utu as a guard.
And Andre did start out at tackle, I think, at Texas. He played on the outside there, moved interior at Tennessee where they had a need.
So it pays to be honest. It pays to be transparent. You don't want to get a kid here and dupe him and tell him, oh, good to get you here as a tackle, but we see you more as a guard. It makes no sense because guys can transfer so easy. So why lie to him? And he felt more comfortable going to Oregon. So I wish him nothing but the best. I think that's a good thing. The last thing you want is to be known as a school that lies to players just to get you there. And they're going to change your position once you get there. That's a PR nightmare. So this is a good thing for the Utus that flip and go somewhere else. Tennessee will get somebody else. I think that's the position that we're in right now. We have that ability to go and replace whoever from the class.
Do we also,
except for Dave Sanders?
Sanders big time.
Yeah, we're gonna tell Sanders the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do we need to be careful about? Oh, he's an NIL guy. Oh, this is an NIL thing because you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. With NIL being a factor as well.
Yeah, the players that you win can be NIL wins.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of it is related to NIL, but
you got to have it right for the big time guys for sure.
Yeah, like we have to understand something too. We have a lot of players that are probably here for the money, and guess what? I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. You pick Tennessee because we're gonna pay you good. All right, cool. And when you get here, then you'll fall in love with the other parts of it. But let's not kid ourselves to think that players are not picking schools solely based on the number that they're getting. And I'm okay with that. But yeah, like NIL is part of the discussion, but Utu didn't flip just because of NIL. I think it was because of his position.
Yeah, so you're still going to have some of this where it's either position or relationship, location. Tennessee flipped a guy from Oregon in Brame earlier this summer, tight end, who had committed to Oregon, somewhat surprisingly at the time. And that might have had an NIL factor there. But he ended up saying, no, Tennessee's where I want to go. So he flipped to Tennessee. And today, Douglas Utu, as expected, flips from Tennessee to Oregon.
Yep. As a Tennessee fan, I would be really appreciative. I would be really happy that from the start, our NIL plan has been really good. Big thanks to Spire and what they've been able to do. And, of course, it has evolved over the years because of the rules changing and because of the landscape. But Tennessee is one of the best schools for NIL because of the vision of a few guys and a few girls and
Man, you just
never could really say thank you enough because Tennessee's in a good position to be able to go out and get players. Like that embarrassing situation that happened at UNLV, you don't have to worry about that happening at a place like Tennessee because of the people in place. So I'm very appreciative of the vision that Spire had and the vision that our leadership at the university has had, working together to make sure that we can attract the best players in the country and keep them.
Randall responded by Randall responded by the way, said, forgot about all that stuff you mentioned. I still hope we get to whip them in the future. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. I hope so too.
Because that also means you're probably playing in some big games because I think Oregon is going to be hanging around among some of the best teams in the country with Dan Lanning as long as he stays there. And even if he leaves, they'll be able to hire a really good coach. So, yeah, if you're playing Oregon and you're whipping Oregon, probably means something for the postseason.
Yeah, like during the summer, there's a big orange caravan, right, where the coaches go around different areas around the Southeast, mainly in Tennessee. And, Bob Kesselin MCs the event and makes all the fans feel all good about the upcoming season. I want to go on a different big orange caravan. Belt to butt. Big orange caravan over the next couple of years. We're going around the country just smashing teams that used to beat us. Remember how Oregon came in here and embarrassed us? We went out there, they embarrassed us.
Oh. So the Righting the Dooley Wrong tour.
It is the Big Orange Caravan, B2A edition. Yep.
So they played UNC in the bowl game. If they played again, my mind's broken. Have they played since the bowl game in Music City?
No. So we owe them.
So you owe one to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Purdue, definitely
Purdue.
Yeah, definitely Purdue. You're top of the list, Purdue.
You need to put on a Purdue Classic. Invite the football team. Yeah. Invite the basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe invite Uros to come back and hang around the bench for a little intimidating factor because they got more 7-footers out there. Didn't they play in baseball? Am I right on that one? I think they just played in baseball. And that one went Tennessee's way because, come on. Or maybe I'm making that up.
Yeah, maybe.
Again, my brain's broken. But, yeah.
Big Orange Caravan.
The B2B, right in the wrongs tour.
It's right. That is right. So, Randall, I'm with
Georgia
you on
State,
that.
call up Georgia State. Say,
that's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing, Josh. Gotta get revenge on Georgia State. BYU, come on now.
Now, do they got to try again? Because remember, there was supposed to be a return trip to Provo, but they went to Nashville to play Virginia instead.
We'll go out there. Or if they want to get good, we'll meet them in the college football playoff.
Tell them, hey, meet us in Dallas. We'll play there. Somewhat central, right?
No, they can come to Nashville.
Okay.
Don't worry, it won't be too big of a home field advantage for us.
The tour continues. Petty Swain is out. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us on Josh and Swain.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal proves it. 99.1 The Sports Animal and Ted Russell Ford give you the chance to score a Ford this season. Listen weekdays for the cue to call to guess the exact score of the Tennessee game. Fridays, we'll select one at random from all guesses to instantly win an oil change from Ted Russell Ford and a $50 Buddy's Barbecue gift certificate. If the pick is correct, you'll win your pick of any new Ford or Lincoln up to $75,000 on the lot or that they can order. Listen for the cue to call for your chance to win from Ted Russell Ford and your flagship station for the Vols. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Fellas, if things are feeling a little off, you're feeling tired, grumpy, you have noticed a lack of motivation and drive, there's some weight gain, maybe loss of muscle mass, Low T Center has you covered. They can get you tested with their on-site lab, and you'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. They specialize in treating low testosterone with customized therapy, or TRT, for each patient. They have over a decade of experience helping patients achieve life-changing results. Most health insurance is accepted for treatment. One of my favorite things about Low T Center is the physician-monitored self-inject treatment plan. This is when it's shipped directly to your home each month, saving you a trip to the center for those weekly visits. Also, you can get your health evaluated for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medication. Go to the website. That's lowtcenter.com today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This has been a paid announcement.
Save more than ever on all remaining new 2024 Cadillacs during the model year end event at Cadillac of Knoxville, where you'll get as low as 2.9% financing on select new Cadillac models. And our inventory has never been better with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Visit Cadillac of Knoxville or shop CadillacofKnoxville.com. Well-qualified buyers when financed with Cadillac Financial. Monthly payment is $29.04 for every $1,000 you finance. Some customers will not qualify. Ends 9/30/24.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Are you looking for a job where you can have a ton of fun and make great money? Twin Peaks is the team for you. They're looking for Twin Peaks girls, cooks, bussers, barbacks, and more. Text WORK, the number 4TP to 85,000 to apply.
What is the greatest health hack of 2024? Transforming your water by installing an Aqua Clear water system. This is the easiest one thing you can do for your health. It begins in the shower with Aqua Clear water. You have healthier and softer skin. No scaly snake legs. Your feet and hands won't be all cracked and busted up, just soft and conditioned. And ladies, your hair will look amazing. And guys, your bald head will be even shinier. And when you taste that delicious ice cold drinking water, you'll feel safer knowing it's not full of chlorine, forever chemicals, and metals. So let's be safer and healthier this year. The only thing you have to lift is the phone and call us, or push the keys on the keyboard to sign up at our website, aquaclearws.com. That's aquaclearws.com.
Your office is not just where you work, it's a destination with endless possibilities. Whether working in your corporate location or remotely, you need a technology partner that can meet your ever-changing business needs, providing strategic solutions that save time and money. Image Matters, East Tennessee's premier locally owned office technology company, is that partner, offering best-in-class print and workflow solutions from HP and Xerox. Backed by their award-winning customer service and support, the Image Matters team can develop comprehensive output solutions that are both affordable and scalable, meeting the needs of any size budget or company. As a Pros Elite 100 service organization, 2-time Xerox Document Technology Partner of the Year, and HP Certified Managed Print and Security Specialist, Image Matters offers you the expertise and commitment to service excellence needed for your business to have a competitive edge. To learn how Image Matters can help your office reach its potential, visit ImageMattersInc.com. Image Matters, technology you need, people you trust.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with BetQL. A battle in the Bronx as the Yankees are just a single win away from clinching the AL East. Today, the Yankees send ace Garrett Cole to the mound, looking for the division title. The BetQL model thinks today is the day for New York. Their 5-star best bet is the Yankees on the money line over the O's. I'm Chelsea Messenger. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL. And download the BetMGM app today.
Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS. Follow all the action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship. Sign up, sign in, and start streaming Paramount Plus today.
You are never too old for a family. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is dedicated to finding forever families for children who have been waiting in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We're back on Josh and Swain, final segment of hour number 1. More than 2 hours to go. Thanks for hanging out with us. Talking about the Tennessee Making It Right Revenge Tour. Chip with a great one, 2018 West Virginia. First play, Brandon Kennedy gets blown up. Jarrett Garantano probably had an idea of what would be coming his way for the rest of his time at Tennessee. So, yeah, that's a good one, West Virginia.
Bama plant. Brandon Kennedy. I'm just kidding. Yeah, got to add West Virginia to the list. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Mountaineers, come get your Wolverine.
I was really confident going into that game, too. I don't know why.
I was confident, but not in the same manner as you. I thought
not as confident as I was this past weekend versus NC State. Not even 22 versus Alabama. But whew, boy,
there's a story that Jeremy Pruitt was pretty confident, was sharing that around town. But that's one of those, we would have that conversation. Man, of course, the other West opponent for Tennessee, this ends up being the year where they rise up and play well. That was the case with West Virginia. That's where they have Will Grier.
Only year they were good.
Yeah, they get this big-time quarterback who kind of fell in their laps because he had to leave Florida, and they have this big-time talent at wide receiver all together for one last year at the same time in the first game for Tennessee with a new coach.
And then
worst possible time.
Like they looked like a championship caliber team against us, and then fell by the wayside. Will Grier's not in the NFL. That receiver's not in the NFL last time I checked. Like, no one's in the NFL, it seems like, from that football team. They were just good for that moment just to beat us and embarrass us on national television. And then they just disappeared after that.
Is Grier the quarterback in the 15 Florida game?
Yep.
We weren't talking about that one, Josh.
Yeah, I think it was. Yep, so.
But, hey, Tennessee fans have already marked Florida down for the revenge tour. That's coming up October 12th.
Bro.
Gators coming to Knoxville.
They need to be on there for the next 15 years. Okay, we got some making up to do.
Well, if we get that new rotating schedule, might be saying goodbye to the Gators.
That's all right, as long as we beat them up a couple times before that happens.
Maybe after Florida comes off Tennessee's schedule as a regular opponent, then you will take that consultation fee from Florida and go down there and share the secret to the UF administration, as Chris Doering asked you to do earlier this week.
We'll give them the secret. Secret's easy, but egos usually get in the way.
Danny White should start up an AD rescue
no, he should
show.
Not. No.
You know, bar rescue?
No.
Danny White and Tennessee's administration comes in, and they fix up your athletic department in like 2 weeks.
No, sir. We are not doing that. We pay your paychecks. You work for Tennessee. You help Tennessee.
We're just brainstorming here. 2 hours to go on Josh and Swain.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. So I mentioned this yesterday, and we'll offer a reminder as we have the heavy rain and serious weather that's going on right now, Will, for the next couple of days. You want to make sure you have somebody in place if you need. Wilson Brothers Plumbing can help if you run into a plumbing issue. If you spring a leak with the weather that's going on right now, have somebody that you can call and get in touch with. That really applies to any time, but the alert is a little bit higher because of the weather today and this week. Wilson Brothers Plumbing will make sure that you're taken care of. If you run into a problem, if you are planning a project, remodeling at your home, and you need a professional to make sure the job is done correctly, that you're calling people that you can trust, you can get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing. With more than 23 years of experience in the industry, we have relied on Wilson Brothers Plumbing at my home, and we know we can call them if we run into an issue. You can visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com to learn more or to schedule service. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
99.1 The Sports Animal presents FanDuel Football Friday, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. Insight from all your favorite Sports Animal shows on the next day's Tennessee game. FanDuel Football Fridays on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hon, did you know there's money going out our windows?
Huh?
Yeah, it's like flying out.
What windows? Why are you just standing there? Come on, let's go get it! Let's go get our money! Anyone seen money flying around out here? Which windows, hon?
I meant that metaphorically, meaning we need new windows.
Oh.
Is it time for new windows? K&P Remodeling is offering 50% off installation right now. Increase the value of your home and lower those energy bills. Call now, 865-450-8899. K&P Remodeling.
Join us Monday, September 30th at Foxton Country Club for the Triple F Golf Classic presented by the Harrell family. This special event supports the No Athlete Left Behind Foundation while honoring the memory of Maddie Harrell, who lost her battle with cancer 16 years ago. Your participation helps provide opportunities for at-risk youth in our community, giving them a chance to succeed. To register or become a sponsor, visit givebutter.com/UECN3B or click the What's Happening tab on our homepage.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my compadre, Chris Brockman, every Monday on the Overreaction Monday podcast.
A 2023 last place team will win a playoff game this year.
I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals to be that team. If you gave me
safe bet.
If you said 2 last place teams, I might say that's an overreaction. Come react or overreact with us. This one makes it much easier. So thank you for making it easier.
Well, tune in next week.
Overreaction Monday, wherever you listen.
Welcome to Ted Russell Ford. I'm Nick. Wait, my name is Nick too. And am I crazy or do you look really familiar? Yeah, now that you mention it, we do look like one another. Oh, I know. This must be like one of those internet videos where the same guy plays multiple characters. Oh, yeah. Those are hilarious. Wait a second. I want to test something. What's your favorite car? On 3, 2, 1. Ford F-150. Nick, did we just become best friends? I think we did. Do you want to go take a test drive together? Absolutely. But first, let me tell everyone about some of the great new vehicle offers. Right now, you can drive a new tough and rugged Ford F-150 for only $46,317, or a Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend for just $29,500. Come see us today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive, or Kingston Pike. Offers with approved credit. Must finance through Ford Credit. Price excludes $7.95 dealer fee. State and local taxes, tag, registration, and title fees. See dealer for details. Offer expires 9/30/2024.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. Elevate your engine performance with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Quick, name a Detroit Tiger. We should all brush up on the roster because these Tigers appear playoff bound. Entering this afternoon's game with the Rays, Detroit has a 2-game lead for the last AL wildcard because they've won 4 straight and 29 of 40. It's baseball's most overlooked story. I'm Andrew Bogish.
There are many feelings worse than trying to start your car in the morning and being greeted with a dead battery, or being stuck on the side of the road when you don't need to be. 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a battery replacement this year. Don't be a statistic. Stop battery problems before they stop you by testing your battery regularly. Test yours at home or at select Napa locations nationwide. If you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for nearly every make and model on the road. So don't wait. Test your battery today and let Napa help you keep moving.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Zero Res carpet cleaning's the right way to clean. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group, recovering millions at damages for personal injury clients throughout East Tennessee. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group so they can help you get the help you need. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. In the text box, Josh has jokes today. No one needs to benefit from our athletic department or our AD and Danny White helping to fix other athletic programs' issues. You cannot use our Danny White. Now they're saying if Josh is doing the brainstorming, maybe he needs to be banned. if these are the ideas he comes up with. I was joking, of an AD rescue type show that Danny White could do where he comes in and cleans up athletic departments.
Now y'all see it. Ward is not slick. Ward is an instigator.
I mean, how much is he going to pay? You get some more funding. Business.
No, we good.
He doesn't have to go clean up every athletic department.
Mm-mm.
Like you're telling me UNLV couldn't use Danny White's services right now?
They need Spire.
Sure, yeah. He can kind of hire out the consulting. Brings Inspire to help with the deal.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
No, we'll pay for it. We good over here. We don't need any more money from any other school.
It could really just turn into Operation Steal Your Players. Bring Tony Vitello in if he happens to find a second baseman or a corner infielder guy that can come in and help. Say, hey.
We don't do that here, Josh.
No. No, certainly not. Jeff, by the way, suggesting Penn State and Kansas State way back from the Cotton Bowl.
My goodness.
More than 20 years ago as payback. So the revenge tour, booking dates right now for Tennessee.
Well, here's the thing about the revenge tour and the Big Orange Caravan. The Big Orange Big Butt-Kicking Caravan. These schools, they got to get on our level now. Because if you're going to play us, it's going to be in the college football playoff. So you got to make sure you win your game just to have an opportunity to play us. That's how I feel. Unless we schedule you for a home and home, a neutral site game, something like that. But the only way you're going to see us, BYU, is if you get in the playoffs. Catch up to us.
Tennessee has Nebraska later in the decade, right? Late 90s are coming due.
Yeah, we definitely owe them.
So we'll see.
Sure.
Could be.
You think Raiola's still going to be there? What year we played?
Well, Raiola will be because his younger brother committed.
Yeah. Let's make sure that old Raiola kid Dylan is out of there by that time.
He's pretty good, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
I know last week they lost Illinois. He's a freshman. He'll get better.
He's really good. He's going to be a problem for the Big Ten for a couple of years.
Yeah, 26 and 27. Okay. That'll be.
We good. We'll be all right then.
I mean, that'll be Merklinger, McIntyre, or Brandon.
You know who it's going to be. More than likely. It's going to be a good quarterback. That's what I meant to say.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go. We're a couple years away from Tennessee's 2026 quarterback battle. We are in hour number 2. We appreciate you being with us. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. These are some of the topics you cover during an off week for Tennessee. As the Vols are 4-0, they're getting ready for Arkansas a week from Saturday. So revenge tour items. Tennessee and Louisville. We have that tip-off time, I believe. Tennessee and Louisville will play in basketball coming up in November. They scheduled a home and home. So I saw just a few minutes ago, noon Eastern on November 9th. Tennessee will play Louisville in basketball. Speaking of handing out some whippings, that might be one from Tennessee.
Who's on the Louisville team that we might know?
Do they have somebody?
Is
Huntley Hatfield left, right?
He left again? He hit the portal again? I thought he was still on that team.
You can ask me these questions in football season, but I thought he left. Didn't he go to NC State? Like a past big man?
I don't know, but that'd be fun. That'll be a nice warm-up game for Tennessee. I think he's still there. Nope, no, I think he went to NC State. Yeah, he went to NC State. You're right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the roster. I don't see any past VFLs.
Yeah, never mind. He did go to NC State.
November 9th is homecoming, by the way. Tennessee, Mississippi State in football.
It used to be you would schedule.
And by the way, I should have said, it's at Louisville this year, home and home, so they'll make the return trip. But Tennessee basketball will play on the road early that day.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And then Tennessee has Mississippi State in football.
That'd be real fun. But it used to be you would schedule your homecoming games versus non-conference opponents that's not that good. But if you're Mississippi State, you got to feel so disrespected.
Yes, they should.
Wasn't there one year where we had our homecoming game against Alabama?
Tennessee did homecoming against Georgia a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, Georgia. That wasn't a good idea.
No.
Actually, that's a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Mississippi State game is the right choice. UTEP would be too late. That would be the next to last week of the season, so you can't do that November 23rd, Thanksgiving time of the year. So Mississippi State it had to be, and I think that is a fine choice because Tennessee will likely beat Mississippi State by what it wants to.
There will be a lot of plays in that game, which is hilarious because we understand the style of both coaches.
Yeah, Jeff Lebby, first-year head coach at Mississippi State.
If you're Jeff Lebby, you might want to slow it down to prevent getting beat bad, and if you're Coach Heupel, you might want to slow it down to get out of there because of the score being lopsided possibly. So that's gonna be an interesting game, and plus Mississippi State lost their quarterback in the Florida game.
So we'll see. We will come back. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. We're going to see if we can check in with Alan Bell of Driving the Line when we come back. We're at the start of hour number 2, a little less than 2 hours to go. We'll continue the football conversation right here on Josh and Swain.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Caller 5 right now to 656 wins qualifies for the Coors Light Man Cave Makeover. A 60-inch TV, 2 recliners, and an awesome mini fridge. All from Coors Light and the station where the Vols play. 99.1 The Sports Animal. That's 656-9467.
Elevate your products today with Native Nursery. Now open to contractors and landscapers. We're your one-stop destination, offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials. We'll even take your leaves and hardscape waste for a low flat rate. If you are a contractor or landscaper, make Native Nursery your go-to location today.
Call or come by and see Ben and Ted. 865-315-0123 and 3473 Louisville Road. 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit.
Model year-end savings at Twin City Nissan. 2024's must go. Up to $10,000 off MSRP and 0% financing available. TwinCityNissan.com. VIN RN 397401. Some restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. Ends 9/30/24.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
A.G. Hines Company for all your residential or commercial construction needs. For more than 100 years, the best construction companies in East Tennessee have used their building materials. Earlier this year, A.G. Hines was voted Supplier of the Year by the Associated General Contractors of Tennessee. Great-grandfather Albert Hines opened the doors of their downtown Knoxville location in 1920, where the 4th generation of the Hines family, Anna and Jacob, work. And Alex is part of the operation at their other location in the Tri-Cities. A.G. Hines Company, building materials since anyone can remember.
Since 1978, Chancey & Reynolds has serviced all HVAC brands, and they feature York equipment for new installations. They're the big dog of heating and cooling because maintaining your home's comfort is what they do. If you need service or repair on your HVAC, they can do that. If your heating and air unit needs to be replaced, they can do that. If your ducts need cleaning, they do that too. Chancey & Reynolds, your York dealer. 865-525-5076 or ChanceyReynolds.com.
Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save me, as I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me. Shoulders separating!
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Oh, 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 O'Reilly.
It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. We'll test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When it comes to commercial real estate, experience is worth its weight in gold. NAI Cola RM Moore's team brings over 470 years combined experience to the table. With that much experience, you can trust that they've seen every mistake made before. They know how to avoid pitfalls that can cost time and impact profits. That means NAI Cola RM Moore's experience not only helps expedite deals, but it also saves you in both the short and long run because they know to avoid costly issues before they happen. Experience gets the deal done right, the first time and every time. From commercial, office, and investment property to property management, trust NAI Cola RM Moore to optimize your opportunities to maximize profit in commercial real estate. Call 865-531-6400. That's 865-531-6400. Online at colamore.com.
Bad juju too.
Yeah, it's.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. I think the Zoom went out right there a moment ago. We're talking about Juju in Arkansas. You careful. Night game in Fayetteville is coming up for Tennessee a week from Saturday. The Vols are off this weekend. They'll get ready for Arkansas after the Razorbacks play Texas A&M this weekend. And right now we get to say hello to our friend Alan Bell from Driving the Line over in Nashville. Alan, always good to see you. How are you?
Man, doing fantastic, buddy. You doing all right?
Hey, we're doing very well. So Tennessee is 4-0. They're top 5 in the country when you look at the polls. They're 4-0 against the spread, so Tennessee fans are probably double happy, at least those that play that side of the game as well. What do you think now that we're a month in, having seen Josh Heupel's team beat up on NC State week 2, go to Norman and win without much trouble at all against the Sooners this past weekend, now 4-0. What do you think of what you've seen from Tennessee?
Look, two different things. Number one, this team is playing very well, obviously, and we all thought that it would be a very good team. And number two, as well as they're playing, they're going to get better, right? Like, this team has room to grow, and I say that positively. Like, I don't say it as like, hey, they got to fix this. No, like, there's talent and there's depth. This team is solid, and I thought that win at Oklahoma, that was a game where it would be easy to be greedy, especially if you're Josh Heupel. You know what? He wasn't, all right? He was smart. He said, look, that was an NFL win. Go in, win the game. The most important thing is to win, be healthy, get to the bye, and be ready for Arkansas, right? And that's exactly what he did. Thought this coaching staff did a very nice job. They're maturing as well. All cylinders are firing, man. So.
Most importantly, Alan, they covered, right?
They did. And the crazy thing is, like, these spreads, like, that spread kept going up and up and up and up. And it's like, man, I don't know. And then you go into the game, and it's like, after the first quarter, you look at Tennessee, and they're like, well, we don't even have to play offense here. We just have to play defense. And they still covered and won by double digits. That's how good this team is, man. They might have ended one guy's quarterback career.
Yeah, they might have. And that's been part of the conversation, is Tennessee breaking some of these opposing offenses. We've talked over the last couple of years about Tennessee team totals, and there's still a way to find success with that on Tennessee's side. Can you do the opposite with Tennessee's opponents? Because I can't imagine their opponents are getting to their team totals when they go up against this Tennessee defense.
No, they're not. And yes, you can. All right.
So I'm talking about the underside, of course.
Yeah, you can play those. And number two, those teams are not eclipsing their numbers. And here's the funny thing. And look, I feel bad for Kent State, right? Like, they had to go through it with Penn State as well. Their team total was like 1.5. It was literally, and they didn't get it, right? And then you're looking at, Oklahoma, obviously they got around what the books thought they would. But let's be honest. I mean, those points were, those were prevent defense points, what we like to call it. Yeah, other teams they're not having much success, and that's what's awesome. And you see the pride that Josh Heupel takes in his defense, right? Like, he takes a lot of pride, even though he's known for offense. That man loves that defense, too. He loves the history of defense at the University of Tennessee.
There's going to be a lot of defense in the Alabama-Georgia game. I mean, looks like Georgia's favored by 2.5. How are you looking at this game?
Yeah, so look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that either of these teams are all that good. No, they're good football teams, but comparatively to those names, right? Georgia, Alabama, right? I don't think that they live up. Quite frankly, I think Alabama's a much better team than Georgia is. What I'm looking for is each team and how they can run the ball on the other. I think that both of these teams, the run game can be had. I don't think that we're going to see a ton of risky plays from the quarterback position for Georgia or Alabama, but I think we see more on the Alabama side with Jalen Milroe. I'm not big on Carson Beck just yet for Georgia. So, yeah, I just want to see these two teams play, right? But here's the best part. If you're a Tennessee fan, somebody's got to lose. Somebody has to lose that game and lose an SEC game. So it's a win-win for Vols fans.
Alan Bell driving the line. That sentiment has been mentioned to us a few times this week by Tennessee fans. Just give me the loser. I'll see somebody lose this week between Alabama and Georgia, and I'll be happy about that. I pulled up the YouTube chat so you can watch us on YouTube today as well. You can see Alan Bell of Driving the Line. Check out their YouTube channel at Driving the Line.
Handsome man.
Heupel's Hype Man says Josh loves that Raiders hat. Absolutely. Alan Bell's rocking the Raiders hat today. Didn't love the performance this past weekend, but appreciate the love on the show today.
Yeah, you know what? I had to give you some there, and yeah, that was tough. But you know what? We talked about it though. Like, Andy Dalton is built in the mud. All right, like, this guy's career has been it. He's not going to do this a lot, but he understands chaos around him. Right now, it's going to get much worse for him. But yeah, that was a tough one. But Antonio Pierce is a tough dude. Like, you saw immediately, he was like pointing out everybody. Oh, you want to quit around here? No, Haas, that ain't happening.
What do you think tonight, Cowboys and Giants in the NFL?
Yeah, I think that you're seeing two teams that really need to run the football. The Cowboys' problems really have been they can't run and they can't stop the run. That's not good. In the NFL, you need to be able to run the ball, and college too, because what it does is it controls the game. It controls the clock. Look, go back to Josh Heupel, right? That was literally the plan. We are going to run the football. We're not going to make any big mistakes, and we're going to control the pace, the tempo. That's what an NFL professional team does, right? Tennessee, look, that part. Dallas needs to get to that, right? I think you're going to see Dak run, and I think if you're on the Giants side, right, Daniel Jones, he's going to have to use his legs as well. They got a good running back in Devin Singletary, but I think you're going to see a lot of points in the first half, maybe not as many in the second half. I'll roll Dallas with the spread here because it's a must-win, and I just think that they're a much better team.
Which receiver do you feel more comfortable rolling with as far as an anytime touchdown scorer with the prop bets?
That's a great question, right? Look, Malik Nabers for the Giants, he's balling. He looks great. CeeDee Lamb is just impossible to say no to because I think that arguably he might be the best slot receiver in the NFL when he lines up down there. I mean, the guy's unstoppable, and you see Dallas's offense. They'll exploit the middle, especially if you bring a rush from either side or right up the gap. But, look, I like them both. But I'll take CD just because I think Dak is going to absolutely be looking for him, and Dallas should have more opportunities to punch it in. So, yeah, give me CeeDee Lamb on that one. But Malik Nabers is great, too.
Now, are you a narrative guy when it comes to those type of opportunities, prop bets, things like that? Like CeeDee Lamb this week put it on himself how he reacted to the game going poorly this past weekend on the sideline, saying I need to be a better teammate, need to do a better job. So you would think he'd go in more focused, more motivated for a big Thursday night game.
Yeah, I am. I mean, because it's real life, right? I mean, you know, we see it on TV. Swain, you've lived it, man. College, NFL, all of it. The NFL players, football players, they're regular people. You know what I mean? Regular lives, have families, kids, all that stuff going on. And then, you know, when you want to go out and perform after, you know, just getting paid, it's a little bit of a pride factor, right? Because you want to show out. You know, a lot of this boils down to that you want to do good for your team, your owners, your coaches, your fans, all that. And I think the Dallas is in that spot. So I think that you're going to see their offense go all out. Now, we'll see, you know, what the defense could do. But, yeah, I believe in that one for sure.
Any games in college or pro where, like, you feel really confident, whether it's the spread or it's the total? What's the number one game on your notepad there, Alan?
Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. South Alabama plus 22 against LSU, okay? LSU just lost their best defensive player, one of their linebackers, all right? And I don't know if anybody's paid attention to South Alabama. The last 2 weeks, they've put up almost 90 points and almost 50 points. This team could score, all right? And nobody's talking about this game. LSU is not going to be paying attention to it as much. And I guarantee you, for South Alabama, they want that Tiger pelt on the wall. It means something to them. That's a big-time win you could steal, right? If you go into Tiger Stadium at night and take one. So if you're going to give me 22 points for that with a team that can absolutely play just as well as LSU's offense, yeah, South Alabama plus 22. I'll ride that one all day long.
Man, let me put that in right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, Harold Perkins injury, which is awful to see, but that's a hit to the LSU defense for sure. Alan, anything else that we missed that you want to mention before you go, and what can people find every day from you guys at Driving the Line?
Yeah, so, I mean, at Driving the Line on YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern every single day. Hit you for an hour, best bets, picks, props, all that. And a lot of fun, man. If you're looking for this weekend, I'll go to Sunday night, man. Bills and the Ravens, all right? Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite on Sunday Night Football at home. You see the total. It's at 46.5, and it's going to keep going up. Play the under in this game. The public's going to go all over the over. Play the under because these are two teams that will possess the ball and go on long, long, long drives. And they'll use field goal kickers as well. And it's an absolute big must-win for both of them. Play the under in this game, even though the public's going to tell you opposite of that.
Very interesting. At Driving the Line, that's the type of info they give every single day. At Driving the Line. Go subscribe there on YouTube with Alan and the team. Alan, great to see you. Great to talk to you as always. Thanks for rocking the Raiders hat. Bears hat, I would hold off on that one. But if you find one, Swain would appreciate that one too.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. That one's coming too. We're going to even go get an autograph, man.
Maybe a Commander's hat, actually, because so far these last few days he's been longing for Jaden Daniels instead of Caleb. So maybe a Commander's hat. That might be better.
There we go.
Dirty.
At Driving the Line. Alan, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate you, boys. Be good, man.
Alan Bell joining us each and every week here on Josh and Swain.
Fair. That's fair. I'll take it. I can take a punch on the chin. That was a good one. Uppercut, right hook. I wasn't expecting that one, but I can take it.
I'm a Raiders fan, and I get few opportunities. Also in the YouTube chat, Josh, at least the Raiders aren't as bad as the Titans. I thought about bringing up the Titans and Levis with Allen. He's there in Nashville, but we don't need to do that right now.
Yeah, man, they're the in-state team. We root for the Bears and the Raiders, but we understand that our audience, Titans fans, we ain't going to rub it in too bad on you. No, that wouldn't be nice.
No, it would not. We'll continue the conversation. We'll get back to some Tennessee and college football conversation as well. We have 90 minutes to go right here on Josh and Swain.
From recruiting to signing day to the orange and white game to SEC media days to reporting for fall practice to the games to bowl season and back to recruiting. Our season never ends. Football season's year-round on 99.1 The Sports Animal. 99.1 The Sports Animal presents FanDuel Football Friday, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. Insight from all your favorite Sports Animal shows on the next day's Tennessee game. FanDuel Football Fridays on 99.1 The Sports Animal. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Tennessee football loses a commit in this year's 2025 recruiting class and offensive lineman Douglas Utu as Utu flips from the Vols to Oregon. Utu had been committed to Tennessee since June 24th. Official odds have come out for Tennessee versus Arkansas next week. Tennessee opens as a 10.5-point favorite as they travel to Fayetteville this time next week, next Saturday. More college football players continue to announce they will be redshirting this season, including Mississippi State wide receiver Creed Whitmore, Notre Dame cornerback Jaden Mickey, and USC defensive lineman Bear Alexander. This comes after UNLV loses quarterback Matthew Sluka and running back Michael Allen to redshirts this season as well. 15-year NBA veteran Derrick Rose officially announced his retirement from the league today. Rose was a 3-time All-Star and the youngest MVP in league history back in 2011. Have a great rest of your Thursday afternoon. I'm Riley Thomas.
O'Reilly.
Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save me, as I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me.
Shoulders separating!
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Save more than ever on all remaining new 2024 Cadillacs during the model year-end event at Cadillac of Knoxville, where you'll get as low as 2.9% financing on select new Cadillac models. And our inventory has never been better with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Visit Cadillac of Knoxville or shop CadillacofKnoxville.com. Well-qualified buyers when financed with Cadillac Financial. Monthly payment is $29.04 for every $1,000 you finance. Some customers will not qualify. Ends 9/30/24.
99.1 The Sports Animal presents FanDuel Football Friday, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. Insight from all your favorite Sports Animal shows on the next day's Tennessee game. FanDuel Football Fridays on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey, this is Heather Harrington for my favorite jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers, located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. My man TK has been in business for decades, and he knows what jewelry is going to stand the test of time. He doesn't get caught up in all the trends. He knows that gold and diamonds, they just can't be beat. And he's got a huge selection of bridal and non-bridal diamond jewelry, because why do you have to wait till you're married to wear diamonds? You don't at TK Wheeler Jewelers. Everything from diamond pendant necklaces where the diamond's just floating around and sparkling in the center of your chest, or a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet that catches the sun every time you move your arm, or one of my dream pieces at TK Wheeler Jewelers, the inside-outside diamond hoop earrings where, you guessed it, the diamonds are inside and out. Oh, they are just stunning. Celebrate life's biggest moments with a beautiful piece of jewelry from the one and only TK Wheeler Jewelers.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites.
Don't let game day take a toll on your home this season. Call Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning for those nasty spills. Their patented cleaning system gets your home surfaces insanely clean without leaving behind any soapy residues. Zero residue means your surfaces will stay cleaner longer. And for a limited time, you can take advantage of Zero Res's fall savings event and get 20% off all cleaning services. Mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, and easily schedule your cleaning online at ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Here we go. If it'll drive, it's worth $5,500. Hey, folks, Darrell Evans with Ted Russell Nissan, and we're doing it this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So before it's too late, bring that old sled to Ted, because you have to be able to drive it in to trade it in. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Keep the rain gear handy on this WVLT First Alert weather day as we're tracking rounds of heavy showers and downpours as we head through the afternoon and evening, increasing coverage as we head through the overnight. High temperatures today only back into the upper 60s to low 70s as we'll see clouds and rain. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-4500. 3999.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Some law firms specialize in one thing, but there's one here in East Tennessee that specializes in them all. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere. The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. We're halfway home, 90 minutes to go. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward, and we are excited to go to the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
We are?
Yeah. Well, I am. Say hello to Chris Lowe, covering college football for ESPN.com. His weekly appearance is fueled by Dead End Barbecue on Sutherland Avenue. Chris Lowe, hello.
Hello to you guys. It's always Thursdays are always good days. We can talk to both of you guys, and we get to promote the delicious food. I mean, delicious foods at Dead End Barbecue.
Yeah, Tennessee picked up a nice win in Norman. Did you stop by and say hello to the game day crew and say, hey, you're going to be in Knoxville in a few weeks. You need to make sure you hit up Dead End Barbecue while you're in town?
You know what? I did talk to a couple of the crew members there. Stanford Steve, and he actually mentioned Dead End Barbecue and our good friend George Ewart. So I would say that there will be some representation there on Sutherland Avenue when game day comes to town.
I was standing next to Stanford Steve on the sideline. He big old boy. He's going to need a full plate over there at Dead End Barbecue.
Yes, he will.
Yeah,
he was a player there at Stanford. Yeah, proud player.
Steve's a big dude. Great guy, too. Great guy. I mean, he mentioned he mentioned George. He mentioned Dead End, and I think you're going to see a few folks from that part of the crew in Dead End here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that was a showing, and it's a different kind of conversation than you've had about Tennessee over the last few years with Josh Heupel as the head coach. Our thought, I think for the most part, was that's a really good thing for Tennessee. What did you think seeing the way Tennessee played and won the game in Norman this past weekend?
It was a little bit different. It wasn't the high-flying fireworks show that you've seen from Tennessee this year. Josh clearly coached the game differently once you saw that his defense was controlling the line of scrimmage. I don't think there's any question about that. In fact, I talked to him about it, that he just wasn't going to put his quarterback in harm's way with two backup tackles. We'd already seen Nico get hit a couple times, and I think the thing that probably gets lost in that game, and Tennessee did not finish the game the way they wanted to. But the thing that gets lost in that game is Oklahoma's really good on defense. And they've got a couple of guys on that defense that are going to be pros. And on top of it, Brent Venables is as good a defensive mind as there is out there. Now, they're not any good at all on offense. And I think that's going to continue to play out as the season goes on. We'll see if the new quarterback, Hawkins, can give them a little bit of a pep. But, no, I thought that the way he coached, albeit they didn't win by 3 or 4 touchdowns, he was not going to put his team in a position where a strip sack or a pick or something like that would get Oklahoma right back into the game, get the crowd revved up. And that was the only way, really, at that point, to me, Oklahoma was going to win the game, is if you gave them something easy.
What does that mean, you think, for Tennessee, the way Josh Heupel was able to win that game? Do you feel like people should have more confidence in Tennessee's ability to possibly go through the SEC and compete with Georgia and Alabama that we've seen dominate for so long?
Well, I think Tennessee's good enough and deep enough, Swain, that they're going to beat everybody else in their schedule with the exception of Georgia and Alabama, even if they don't play, A- football. I mean, I think even they can play B football and win. I just think they're that much better. Now, it's still the SEC. It's still a grind week to week. But I do think they're good enough to not play their best and win against the rest of those teams. They do have to go on the road against Arkansas. And I think Arkansas, I told you guys, started the season, I thought would be a tougher out than people thought they would be. But it's always nice to be able to know you can win different ways. It's always nice to know it's the same way as in basketball. But sometimes you got to score 90 points. Sometimes you got to win on the defense end of the floor and sort of grind out a 61 to 58 win. I think it's any different in football. And when you've got a defense, and keep in mind this is a luxury Josh really hasn't had. Coaches will tell you. I mean, I talked to Nick Saban about it, about the way Josh coached this game. When you've got a dominating defense that controls the line of scrimmage, you could coach the game in a different fashion than you would. You shorten possessions, you run the football. One point there, I think it was the first half, Tennessee ran the football 8 or 9 straight times. Really sort of eating up that clock, and that's by design. And let's give some credit to the backs and the front on offense, but I don't think Josh is concerned. I don't think really, and I heard from a few people, media, fans from Tennessee, fans from other teams, Tennessee didn't look great. What happened to that great offense? I think some of that was by design. I think that's the way he designed it to be in the second half. And clearly you'd still like to finish the game better. But that last touchdown came with a minute to play. I never had any feel in that game that Oklahoma was going to win it. Never. Not really. Certainly not after the first quarter. And that's what you want to do when you go on the road in the SEC. You win by double digits in a tough physical game. I mean, Swain, you were on the field, and I think it's harder to really know until you're on the field, and you were. That was a tough, physical, hard-hitting game.
It was. No, 100%. Going outside the SEC, UNLV, you've had some comments about that. ESPN has talked to the former UNLV quarterback, the dad. Who kind of looks worse here? Is it UNLV? Is it the agent in the situation, or is it the quarterback for quitting the team essentially in the middle of the season?
None of the above. It's a sport. It's where we are right now in college football. And Swain, I'm not going to point the finger at any one side.
Okay.
The leadership in college football had seen this coming for years, and never did anything about it. They kicked the can down the road. And now here we are. You've got court cases, you've got court battles, the NCAA basically, really in large part because of the case that Tennessee engineered and Virginia, really they can't do anything. That they don't have, there's no way to really enforce quote unquote NIL. And it's not NIL. It's pay for play. You're paying players to play football. And I'm not saying that in itself is bad. But you tell me can you explain to me, Swain, what the rules are?
There are no rules.
Exactly. And how do we get to this place? And probably more importantly now is, can all the sides, can we sit down and figure out this thing once and for all and do some listening? There's a reason God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, and try to come to some sensible agreement about where we are. Listen, I love football. You do. People are going to still watch, and I don't want this to be misconstrued that Chris Lowe's saying that, he's not. I love it, man. I'm going to watch every college football game I can possibly watch. But it still doesn't mean it's not a mess right now. And the whole fallacy that these players aren't employees, that's ridiculous. They absolutely are employees. So let's cut through all the BS. Let's set it up where there is compensation, there's collective bargaining, players have their representation, and there's contracts, and players can't quit in the middle of the season. I mean, here's my thing. What do you think this system, yay or nay, is teaching kids that come to school now? Is there any walk of life on both sides of it where if you're working somewhere and someone says we're going to pay you something and they just don't pay you? Or on the other side where you're involved with a team or an organization and you're like, you know what? We disagree on what you're supposed to be paying me. I'm just going to quit. I'm going to walk away. I mean, so if you're 18, 19, 20, this model, what are we teaching kids? So let's figure this out. I know college leaders and presidents, some ADs, chancellors, commissioners have fought the whole employee model. Come on, that's where we're headed. And that makes the most sense. I think that gives us some clarity. It gives Players can't move around every year. There's a contract in place. There's a quote-unquote cap. I think one thing we could do wouldn't fix everything, Swain. Just go to 5 years. You got 5 years to play. There's no red shirt. If you play 3 years, you play 4 years, you play 5 years, so be it. But it's a mess, and I hope that we can figure something out that it's not so so convoluted where we are right now. I know, and I've already talked to colleagues of mine in the media who say, "Oh, you want to go back to the old way when the players were taking." No, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, players absolutely should get a piece of the pie. And that's why 100,000 turn out on Saturday to watch the players. But there's got to be a better system. You can't tell me that where we are right now, and there's a lot of blame to go around, is the best way to do it.
Chris Lowe, ESPN.com. Chris, before you go, amidst the mess, there is a big game Saturday between Alabama and Georgia. Huge game in the SEC. How do you see it playing out?
I can't wait. I'm headed to Tuscaloosa tomorrow, Swain's favorite city.
Get your shots.
And, they speak fondly of you there, Swain. But anyway, I think it's going to be a great game. It's fascinating that you got, the new blood at Alabama, Kalen DeBoer. Saban's gone. He'll be there, but he won't be coaching. You got Kirby Smart, who's done everything there is to do, beat Alabama consistently. Well, the guy that beat up on him is no longer coaching. Both of them have had buys. I think both of them are as talented as any team in college football. I know it's Alabama, but, boy, this has Kirby Smart written all over. They've had a week off. Both teams have. They played crummy 2 weeks ago against Kentucky, barely skated by. I'll bet you that those players and those coaches have heard about that for 2 weeks. Georgia's a little bit healthier in their defensive line. I think they will do a good job of keeping Milroe at bay and not letting him have a lot of those running lanes. I like Georgia in this.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama, that's where you can find Chris Lowe. Tell everybody down there that Jason Swain sends his regards. Chris, we still need to do the sit-down hopefully soon at Dead End Barbecue, which is making your appearance happen each and every week here on the show.
And I always look forward for any reason to go to Dead End. They've got actually Swain's handprints in one of the bricks there at Walk of Champions. You know that?
That's a good one. That was a good one right there, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, Swain, after today's segment, he might sit one table over from us, but I'm sure he'll still be happy to stop by, maybe chime in, and certainly eavesdrop. So we'll see you soon at Dead End Barbecue. We'll look for your coverage from Tuscaloosa, and we'll talk more Tennessee and SEC football with you next week. Always look forward to it.
You bet. See you guys.
Thanks, Chris. Chris Lowe of ESPN joining us each week, as we mentioned. Thanks to Dead End Barbecue on Sutherland Avenue. We'll come back, more conversation, including your thoughts at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
Fall is so fun, but it can also be overwhelmingly busy. I like to stay sane and keep my waistline in check at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. Hey, this is Heather Harrington. You know the holidays are going to be here before we know it. And if you want to look and feel your best, guess what? You got to put the work in now at Fort Sanders. They've got a variety of ways that you can work out, and they're proof that Fort Sanders is so much more than a gym. We're talking about a 5-star health club. I mean, how many gyms do you know that have saunas and steam rooms and whirlpools, all at no extra charge? They also have an indoor heated pool that's open year-round. You can play racquetball, basketball, tennis, and pickleball year-round, and you can do any type of cardio you want. They've got all the machines. You can lift weights or take one of their 85 group fitness classes they offer each week. Trust me, you'll find one that will become your favorite, and you will be obsessed. Memberships are always month-to-month with no long-term commitments. Call 531-5000 or visit fshfc.com.
Center RY 200-993. Purchase price $19,829. Ultima RN $399. 73. Purchase price $33,621. 0% financing on select models. Number of dealer based on July 2024 RDR report. All offers with approved credit. Cannot combine offers.
Ready, set, Omaha! Hey, Tennessee, Scott Drop for Oak Ridge Nissan, and it's football time at Oak Ridge Nissan. Want to score big? Get into a new Nissan Sentra for only $19,829, or Nissan Altima starting at $23,621. Or how about interest rates as low as 0% APR? Want to really stiff arm the competition? Oh! If you've got a trade, you got it made. Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay it off no matter what you owe. So remember, more for yours plus less for ours equals you saving thousands of dollars. It's third and goal on the one. No stopping now. So be a winner and make that 10-minute drive to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands of dollars. And that's why
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Experience the cold refreshment of the Rockies on Rocky Top with ice-cold 102-calorie Coors Light, the official beer of chill. Every Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So make sure the mountain on your can of Coors Light is blue at your next Big Orange tailgate, because that means it's ready to enjoy. Coors Light, born in the Rockies, made to chill. Proud sponsor of Tennessee football. Now available on Saturdays at Neyland Stadium. Please drink responsibly.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Shopping for an auto loan? Shopping for a vehicle is easy the ATFCU way. Talk to Alcoa 10 before you shop so you can hit the lots with a same-day pre-approved loan. And you can get behind the wheel of that new or used car or truck. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Appreciate you being with us today. Appreciate Chris Lowe joining us. Last segment, Alan Bell of Driving the Line. The segment before, you for hanging on at 865-656-9900. You can text or call to be a part of the show. So our Tennessee football conversation continues. Chris Lowe noting it's always nice to know that you can win in different ways, which Josh Heupel probably believed going in to the game at Oklahoma and was able to show it on the field.
I think in 2022, Georgia did us a favor. Remember the years that we would lose to Vanderbilt in football, and that was telltale sign that you probably need to get a head coach?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Georgia, while they could have beat us a whole lot more, just like we could have beat Oklahoma a whole lot more, I think they did us a favor, because I think in that game we realized it doesn't matter how high-flying your offense is, how great your skill position players are, how good your quarterback is, you better beef up your front. And you better get some dudes on the defensive line that can stop the run and put pressure on the quarterback. And since then, that has been the focus, and look where we are right now. They're talking about whose defense is better in the SEC, a.k.a. the country, between Texas, Georgia, Alabama, and whoever on CBS Sports. So since that time, 22 against Georgia, man, we've got no defense taken care of, especially in the trenches. So we'll see a lot of that from Alabama and Georgia this weekend.
That is how you put together a program.
Yep.
Not just have a good team, not just have the ability to go score points, but build something out. Tennessee has done that.
100%. So it is good to be able to win in different ways. You see some teams that, and I don't think Michigan was ever put in a position to have to air it out 30, 40 times. They wasn't. But you want to be able to do it all if it calls for that. And so far, Tennessee has been put in that position. Now, if Alabama is able to, or Georgia able to score some points on special teams, and maybe defense has a bad day, then Tennessee's offense will have to put up a lot of points. But you want to be able to do it if you're put in that position.
Think about the conversation we've had with Tennessee basketball the last few years. 2 years ago, they had a really good team. They were elite defensively, but they lost to FAU in the NCAA tournament, and we came out saying in a game where they needed to score, they needed a bucket getter. It just wasn't there.
Yep.
Last year, they were still very good defensively, one of the best in the country. But think about like that Auburn game. They needed a guy that could go get buckets because Tennessee ended up needing 85, 90 points to win that game. Dalton Connect is a guy they went out and got, and they were able to, while they focused on defense, be able to turn it on offensively.
Yep.
And there were a few other games where they needed to do that. If you look at the Texas game in the NCAA tournament, they won that one in a defensive battle.
Yep.
The next game, they scored 80-plus to beat Creighton to advance to the Elite Eight. So that's an example we've seen in a different sport where the conversation was one side and they balanced it out. And in football, we're seeing more balance in how Tennessee is able to win as well.
Yep, 100%. Yep, 100%. Got to win in different ways. And I think Tennessee has the personnel to be able to do it. Dylan Sampson on the, I want to say it's All Orange Everything podcast, going through and walking through kind of his day running the football versus OU. I mean, you're going to have days like that sometimes versus certain opponents, and that's okay. But when they refuse to let you run the football, can you throw it? Can you be good through the air with your route running? Are you able to get open? Are you able to deliver the football and throw it over the top when a team says, you know what, we're taking you out of this game running the football. If you're going to beat us, it's going to have to be in the air. Can we say, okay, and do it? That's going to be the question moving forward, because I can promise you right now, when you play Alabama, when you play Georgia, they're going to play man-to-man on the outside and say, all right, beat us over the top, Nico. Can you get the ball away? Can your receivers create separation? We'll see.
Yep, they will be challenged. We'll see if Tennessee is up for it. Tennessee's off this week. They're 4-0 heading into October. We head into hour number 3 of Josh and Swain, 865-656-9900 to join.
Hey guys, Trevor Bain here. When I'm on the racetrack, I always look for ways to go further, faster. And when it comes to banking, I need a checking account that does the same. Rewards checking from Southeast Bank pays me cash back with every debit card purchase over $10, gets me ACH deposits up to 3 days early, and has no monthly service fees. Taking my wallet the extra mile. Rewards checking from Southeast Bank. Checking that takes you further. Visit southeastbank.com or visit your nearest branch to open an account today.
Member FDIC, terms and conditions apply.
99.1 The Sports Animal presents FanDuel Football Fridays, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. Insight from all your favorite Sports Animal shows on the next day's Tennessee game. FanDuel Football Fridays on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
In today's world, everything seems to be getting more expensive. But what if you could make an investment that pays you back both in your health as well as your wallet? At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, Dr. Terry Bragg uses over 40 years of research and technology to create a weight loss journey specifically for you. No exercise, just eating real food and saving money on groceries in the process. This isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term investment in yourself, one that will leave you feeling better, living better, and saving more. Visit BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start investing in you today.
It's Smart Football Talk about your Volunteers. Coach to Coach with Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis. Catch it Thursday nights on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Nick, have a seat, son. What's going on, Commish? Oh, no. Am I in trouble?
Nope, I just got a question for you. At Ted Russell Ford, we established the pre-owned patrol to help folks get top dollar for their trade-in. Do I have that right?
That's correct, sir. Plus, we'll personally come to you for a no-obligation trade appraisal.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted to personally acknowledge you and say thank you for doing a bang-up job.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, sir. But why are you yelling?
I'm sorry. I'm just so passionate about what we do here.
No need to apologize. I mean, how could you not get excited about such great deals?
Speaking of that, why don't you tell them about some of those deals, Nick?
I'd be happy to. Drive away in a 2021 Ford Explorer for only $33,700. Or get behind the wheel of a 2022 Kia Sorento SX for only $32,900. Come see us today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive, or Kingston Pike. Stock number KP32616. Price excludes $795 dealer fee. State and local tax, tag registration, and title fees. See dealer for details. Ends 9/30/2024.
Need to add a little fun to your life? You need to stop by Games and Things today. We have everything you want to make your home the fun place to be. Pool tables from Brunswick and Olhausen. Your favorite classic arcade games, as well as Golden Tee Golf and virtual pinball, shuffleboard, skee ball, air hockey, table tennis, darts, and the largest selection of quality bar stools and home theater seating in East Tennessee. Located at the corner of Kingston Pike and Lovell Road, and online at ourgameroom.com. Games and Things, because life should be fun.
This is WNML AM Knoxville. WNML FM Friendsville. Streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website 991thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Jim Rome with a Sports Minute, sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Old Trapper, what's your beef? Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce has only 8 receptions for just 69 yards and no touchdowns. Let's not confuse you being sick of this guy with this guy no longer being able to play. He will show up when it matters most, and right now it really doesn't matter that much at all. I'm Jim Rome.
Vanguard is 100% client-owned, serving over 50 million investors every day. Whether you're planning for retirement, putting your kids through college, or saving up for your next adventure, Vanguard can help you set personalized investment goals. All investing is subject to risk. Vanguard is owned by its funds, which are owned by Vanguard's fund shareholder clients. Copyright 2024, The Vanguard Group, Inc., all rights reserved, Vanguard Marketing Corporation Distributor.
Something amazing is happening in business. More companies are turning to Mac. From finance to fulfillment, CDW will seamlessly support Mac integration into your organization. With the power of Apple Silicon, best-in-class security, and compatibility across your favorite apps, your team will have the performance they need and the tools they love. Make amazing happen. Mac and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/Apple.
Zero Res carpet cleaning's the right way to clean. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Life's troubles aren't always fun, but there's a law group in town who will help you get them done. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain is here. Thanks for being with us. Right before we came back on, I like this beat right here. It's a good start to the hour. I turned the mug to see the TriStar, so that if you're watching on YouTube, you know, but really so Swain knows. If it's going to be red, it better have another reason for it. So the blue and the white.
If it got some red in it, it better be patriotic. It better have some white and blue in it.
You do not like Alabama, or anything that might be associated with the colors of Alabama. Chris Lowe's heading to Tuscaloosa to cover a big game.
I was like a bull in Norman, seeing all the red. It was hard to see it. It's going to be hard next week, too.
I've told this story before. I've told you several times, but still makes me laugh every time I think about it. I met somebody last fall who's from Alabama and was telling me about his friend who was a diehard Alabama fan who, to this day, I mean, maybe now he's over it, but as of the fall of 2023, he had not gotten over you signing with Tennessee instead of Alabama, and would yell at you on the television when you were making plays because you didn't go play for the Tide. It's been 20 years.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Why, Swain? You know, fans have their ones that got away when you talk about the recruiting process. You're the one that got away for a lot of Alabama fans. Don't you feel bad about that?
For some, maybe a few. No, I don't feel bad. Yep.
I mean, if you combine Alabama and Auburn fans.
What did Mock say on Varsity Blues? It's my life.
I don't want your life.
It's my life. I made a decision for me. I don't want your life, Bama fan. It's my life.
You get a call from Brown? Is that who it was?
I guess so. Oh, man. I love SEC football.
It's something.
I love it, man. But you're right about that red, though. I don't even like cars that's red. Try to cut in front of me. I get angry. I don't have road rage or anything, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you have a white car or a black car or a blue car, and you put your turn signal on, I'll let you get over. But red car,
you say you're moving on up.
No, I'll be
closing that gap.
Close the gap. No, sir. You better get behind me. Find somebody else to cut in front of.
Know your space
right here.
Know your pecking order.
That's right.
Red car. Jason Swain's here. As you can tell, a VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. You can be a part of the show. Call or text in at 865-656-9900 with Alabama and Georgia playing in the SEC. Big Thursday night football game. Not necessarily for where the teams are. Cowboys are expected to do a lot. Yeah. They're off to a bad start, 1-2. They'll play the Giants. Malik Neighbors versus Diggs. A lot of people are excited for that matchup. Neighbors looks like the real deal.
He's a real deal. He was the best receiver in the draft. I mean, and he should have won the Blitnikoff.
Should have, yeah.
You remember that conversation. You know, people felt bad that Jaden Hyatt won it over Marvin Harrison, as he should. And so I guess they gave it to him this past year. But Malik Neighbors was the best player at wide receiver. It's not an award of who is the better NFL prospect. It's who is the best player at that position that year. And last year, it was Malik Neighbors. He's proven that right now.
Saw one Giant fan express concern that Neighbors will be so good that he helps Daniel Jones keep his job as the quarterback.
No, he'll be so good that they'll realize they need to get a better quarterback to pair it with Malik Neighbors so they can win more games. God, they are broken. They have battered giant syndrome. That don't even make any sense. They're afraid of having a good receiver because it's going to keep Daniel Jones. That is terrible.
Yeah, that is a bad condition.
They gotta get checked for that, man.
Jamie in the text box, by the way, with the Chris Lowe conversation, part of it was not joking about how good Dead End Barbecue is, but joking about, hey, putting in a good word, you'll be there. But Jamie texted in and said, Chris Lowe more or less confirmed game day will be on the Hill. It would be October 19th, when Tennessee plays Bama. But, yeah, our thought is there's a very good chance that that'll happen.
He did let the cat out the bag, didn't he?
Yeah, he said that Stanford Steve was talking about Dead End Barbecue. I like Stanford Steve. He's really good, I think. So, they know.
I was going to say what's up to him, but he was intimidating.
Was he a tight end? I think that's right. He was a tight end at Stanford.
Yeah, he looked like he was a transformer at Stanford. He was a house, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows his college football, loves the sport, kind of a right-hand man with Scott Van Pelt.
Yeah, man.
They're a good.
I mean, I wasn't intimidated to say anything to Bob Stoops, but I was intimidated to say something to Stanford Steve. Huge, man.
That's another example of Tennessee being back. Like, we'll see if they win a championship or whatever, but in terms of, is Tennessee back? The nation's talking about them. Game day's making plans. They're making sure of their spots they want to hit up when they come to town. That's part of it. That used to be an annual deal, or at least every other year.
Yep.
You'd see game day coming to Knoxville.
Yep.
And that conversation is back.
We'll see you on Ayers Hall here in a couple of weeks. Game day.
Yeah, SEC Nation hasn't been here yet, have they? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So you'll see.
No reason to be here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to Knoxville. Yeah, we're going to break down this Tennessee-Kent State matchup.
I know. I hadn't thought about it. Of course they haven't been. I told you, my brain's not operating at 100%. It's the end of September here. But,
Woo! Get ready to go. UTC and Tennessee.
Yeah, Ryan McGee loves his alma mater, but he wasn't pitching the Kent State or UTC weekends.
No, not at all. But there'll be a reason to be here versus Florida and versus Alabama, for sure. Bring them on. Bring them on. This would be a good opportunity for our players to kind of sit back, rest, watch some other games, admire how good you are, but at the same time understand that, hey, you can be beat any given Saturday. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some teams this weekend that will go into the game as underdog, but will look better than what expected or look better than what they have looked in previous games. And I think that's a good lesson for our current team to understand how each game you got to come out and treat it like it's its own.
Now, with this kind of success, you know what can come with it as well. Did you see ESPN with a story looking at the coaches who are next in line for big jobs? And in looking at assistant coaches, Tim Banks getting a mention in that story from ESPN.com. We talked about that earlier in the week, I believe, that, hey, Tim Banks' name was mentioned with the Middle Tennessee job last offseason, and with what Tennessee's doing on defense and how he appears to be respected in the coaching world, Tennessee keeps this up, that you can expect you'll see Tim Banks' name get more talk for head coaching jobs in the future.
Yeah, if you're Josh Heupel, that's what you want, right? I mean, you want your coaches taking, bigger and better jobs as a head coach. And, the Josh Heupel tree has officially been formed because you got Golish that went to South Florida. So, and the good thing, too, if Tim Banks does get a head coaching job is it'll be a lot easier this time to hire a defense coordinator than it was when we hired Tim Banks, I think.
Yeah, at that time,
it felt like it was a little difficult to do that, even though they probably won't admit to that.
Yeah.
But I think you'll have more people probably volunteering and wanting to talk to Tennessee about the defense coordinator job.
Yeah, this time would be different, especially when they look at the personnel.
Yep.
Because the program needed to improve 3 to 4 years ago. The structure of what's going on with UT Athletics was still a big question, but also the personnel. Who am I going to coach on defense?
I'm going to disqualify one person.
Okay.
I don't know their name, but whoever's the defense coordinator in North Carolina, you are not welcome to take Tim Banks' spot at all. Not welcome.
What if Jeremy Pruitt gets his show cause lifted?
I don't think that's a good fit, Josh.
Okay. This is not the week for that. Speaking of top names to watch, now I wonder if they would adjust based on what's going on this week. Probably not. But top names to watch, Barry Odom at UNLV, and then number 2 was Alex Golish at USF. John Summerall, number 4 on the list, your high school teammate who is the head coach at Tulane.
I already know what's about to happen, so. Well, he knows about to happen.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Tim Banks, he'll get plenty of attention.
Oh, man, Jeff Collins is the defense coordinator of North Carolina, former Georgia Tech head coach.
Man, letting 70 go up on the board for James Madison?
Sorry, Jeff Collins. Can't come here. Seats taken. 70 points. Well, I mean, you always get another opportunity. Kevin still got another opportunity. When he was he was a coordinator at Clemson, and West Virginia hung 70 on him.
I do remember.
He got another opportunity. He redeemed himself.
Actually ended up back in Knoxville later on.
Yeah, for a sip of coffee.
Yeah.
Yep. Got paid too, boy. Whew.
It was an expensive cup.
Yeah, very much so.
Yep.
That's enough.
ESPN also noting that Banks would be a good fit for an AAC or MAC job and might rise even higher. An industry source saying, quote, now everybody's talking about that defense, knowing that he's the CEO of the defense there. They are hot right now, talking about Tennessee. So that's from ESPN.com, talking about the next coaches to watch for big jobs in college football.
And the question is, do you hire a defensive coach or do you hire one of these up-and-coming offensive coaches? That seems to be the trend at the NFL level.
Yeah, for head jobs.
Offense will sell tickets. You look at the Tennessee model and what Danny White did when Tennessee needed a head coach and knew it would take some time to kind of build it back up. You might as well entertain folks. So That's going to be the question. Does he go to a place that really is willing to hire a defensive coach?
Yeah, we were asking the text box, do you think that is part of the reason that William Inge came to Tennessee, hoping for a shot at the defensive coordinator job if Banks leaves? I'm sure he would want a shot at it.
Maybe. I mean, some guys are content with being position coaches, and they don't want to be a coordinator. I mean, you think of Rodney Garner. He's never been a coordinator, not that I can think of. I mean, he's been the best position coach, arguably, in the last 25 years. The best. Regardless of what position, he's been the best position coach in the SEC in the last 25 years. Some guys have that itch to climb that ladder, and they want to be a coordinator or they want to be a head coach. But sometimes you just need to be a position coach. Maybe you're not ready to be a coordinator.
Yeah. Now, Inge was the co-DC at Washington, so he had some of those responsibilities. But
was he calling plays? That's the question.
That's a different conversation.
Sometimes you get that label put on you for you to get more money, but you're not necessarily calling plays. So, I mean, hey, it's something to monitor, and we can cross that bridge kind of when we get there. If Tim Banks does get a head coaching job, who will fill in? We know Josh Heupel has hired from within before at other parts of his coaching staff.
They keep recruiting like that. I think a lot of people want to be the DC for Tennessee.
That's true. They'll be lining up, trying to sign up to be the defensive coordinator.
Anytime a defense is rotating 12-plus on the D-line, DC duties are probably coveted. We'll continue the conversation. 865-656-9900. More on Tennessee. A meeting of interest in our state between big-time conferences in college football. An update there. We're with you until 3 o'clock, and you can be a part of the show. Call or text in at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
99.1, the sports animal, and Coors Light are giving you the chance to upgrade your personal haven with the Ultimate Man Cave. Listen weekdays for your cue to call in and qualify for the Ultimate Man Cave Makeover. A 60-inch flat screen TV, 2 awesome recliners, and a super cold mini fridge. Good luck, you sports fanatical cave dwellers, from Coors Light and your station for the Vols. 99.1, the sports animal, the station where the Vols play.
Don't let game day take a toll on your home this season. Call Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning for those nasty spills. Their patented cleaning system gets your home surfaces insanely clean without leaving behind any soapy residues. Zero residue means your surfaces will stay cleaner longer. And for a limited time, you can take advantage of Zero Res's fall savings event and get 20% off all cleaning services. Mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, and easily schedule your cleaning online at ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Twin City Nissan has 3 Nissan models under $20,000, Versa, Sentra, and Kicks. TwinCityNissan.com on the world-famous Airport Motor Mile. With approved credit cannot be combined with other offers. See dealer for details. Ends 9/3/24.
Experience the cold refreshment of the Rockies on Rocky Top with ice-cold 102-calorie Coors Light, the official beer of chill. Every Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So make sure the mountain on your can of Coors Light is blue at your next Big Orange tailgate, because that means it's ready to enjoy. Coors Light, born in the Rockies, made to chill. Proud sponsor of Tennessee football. Now available on Saturdays at Neyland Stadium. Please drink responsibly.
The new Cash Instant games from the Tennessee Lottery are loaded with top prizes from $50 up to $1,000. Plus, earn double VIP rewards points on the new Cash Instant tickets during September. Play today at a Tennessee Lottery retailer.
In today's world, everything seems to be getting more expensive. But what if you could make an investment that pays you back both in your health as well as your wallet? At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, Dr. Terry Bragg uses over 40 years of research and technology to create a weight loss journey specifically for you. No exercise, just eating real food and saving money on groceries in the process. This isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term investment in yourself, one that will leave you feeling better, living better, and saving more. Visit BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start investing in you today.
The Office Laser Printer, the device everyone loves to hate. Yet for most organizations, it's essential. Even in today's digital age, Office functionality often relies on printers. They help us get work done, but they're often down when you need them the most. And their toner cartridges are too expensive. Image Matters, East Tennessee's premier locally owned office technology company, can help resolve the love-hate relationship with your laser printers. With our comprehensive managed print services program, your printers, regardless of make or model, will be supported by Image Matters award-winning customer service with proactive supply management on a simple cost-per-page program, reducing cost by up to 30% compared to buying toner cartridges from the big box stores. Let Image Matters help you love your printer again. Contact one of our dedicated managed print specialists for a complimentary print environment assessment by visiting us at imagemattersinc.com or call 865-212-3600. Image Matters. Technology you need, people you trust.
99.1 The Sports Animal has teamed up with Forge Advertising and WVLT to bring you the Fox and Farmer Toss to Victory. You could win an awesome limited edition cornhole set this football season, beautifully designed with Tennessee tradition. One winner will be chosen each game week, and the 12 winners will also be finalists to win a Tennessee bowl game experience at the end of the season. Log on to 991thesportsanimal.com and enter to win today. Calling all CDL licensed drivers and night warehouse selectors. Performance Food Service Knoxville has some exciting career opportunities. Their delivery team roles offer the potential for a six-figure income, sign-on bonus of $7,000, and all benefits on day one. All local routes, no overnights. Warehouse Selectors offers competitive pay and growth opportunities. Text PFS KNX to 25,000 for more information and to get started. Or go to jobs.performancefoodservice.com. Join them at Performance Food Service, and they encourage women and veterans to apply.
Listening to us on the air. Free. Listening on the app. Free. Listening on our website. Free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk. Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Josh and Swain. VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward, and Swain, Ross Dellinger of Yahoo with a report on SEC and Big Ten officials set to meet in Nashville next month. As, 5-6 months ago, the SEC and the Big Ten announced their kind of joint venture, the joint board they're putting together, as they're the two powerful conferences. There's a Power Four. There are two that are more powerful than the other two.
Yes, Power Two.
Yes, if we're being honest about the situation. So they are getting ready to meet next month, according to Ross. The meeting, he writes, is a significant and historic occurrence, believed to be one of the few joint gatherings of athletic directors from two major conferences in NCAA history. Amid a transformational period within the industry, the meeting comes at a sensitive time within college sports, as the Big Ten and SEC have distanced themselves financially from the rest of the industry in a way that strikes fear for some in their coalescence. But he also notes those briefed on the meeting do not expect impactful decisions to be made, believe this to be only a next step in a partnership that the two conferences entered 6 months ago with the creation of a joint board. Athletic directors are expected to begin discussion about a range of topics. They have mostly so far kept within individual leagues. Those topics will include the House settlement case, which still has to be finalized.
Yep.
And that needs to be done to then take the next step with the planned revenue share with athletes in 2025, like with the UNLV story. We're talking about the school. This is why the schools need to be in charge of handling payments and revenue share and contractual obligations and all that stuff. But that'll be a big one to pay attention to. Also, he notes a third-party enforcement model, the future of the college football playoff format, which, remember, only has this year and next with the guaranteed 12-team format. So in 2026 and beyond, it could change. And he also notes a regular season and postseason scheduling arrangement. So the SEC and the Big Ten coming together to help discuss the future of college football. But that'll take place in Nashville next month.
You think the SEC and the Big Ten will wear buddy bands like the episode from Saved by the Bell?
I would like to see that. I saw not too long ago was the anniversary of the Zach and AC fist fight in the hallways.
They was throwing down, wasn't they?
Yeah, so the SEC and the Big Ten, they've had those days too.
Well, I know what you want. You don't want any more Tennessee versus Kent State.
I would like less of that.
Yeah. 9-game schedule, better games, and I'm all for that too. So interesting to see kind of what they come out of that meeting, what they're talking about, and what kind of happens with the future.
Mm-hmm.
We know the game is evolving, and it's happening quicker than later, as it should. But the moves are being made, and you see the Pac-12. They're trying, man. They got a little life. They're trying to add more teams into the conference. Big 12 is trying to make sure they don't get too far left behind. ACC is trying, but they don't have much hope. But
I find the Big 12 to be very entertaining. I just don't find it to be part of the national championship discussion.
No.
Like what happens within that conference and those games are really entertaining. There's fun football to watch. I just don't think it's going to translate once we get to the postseason to what the SEC and the best of the Big Ten will do.
They need Utah to make a statement,
Yeah.
make a wrinkle, have a couple of big games in the tournament. Looks like Utah's going to run away with the Big 12, but that's what they need, man. That's an interesting note right there.
We also had this question in the text box. This brings the conversation back to Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's a part of that in some ways too. But we were asked by Jeff. Question for Swain.
Uh-oh.
What was your favorite catch during your Tennessee career? Touchdown or not? Favorite catch during your career?
I guess I would say it's a 40-yard fade or go route versus Alabama in 04. I didn't score on it, but I didn't see the ball, and I caught it kind of on the back of the defender. That was a big play. It kind of flipped the field. But the magnitude of the game, playing against Alabama, going up against someone I kind of grew up competing against. I mean, the DBs from Alabama, from Huntsville. If I had to pick one catch, I guess I would say that one. The degree of difficulty, I would say that one.
Yeah, the level of the catch and the opponent that it was up against.
Yeah, that was tough. My first down was on third down versus Marshall. I think that's the moment that Casey trusted me. That was a pretty good one that stands out too. The catch and run against Florida in 04 that many people have said was a clear touchdown. There was a touchdown catch against Alabama. So, I mean, there's a ton of really good catches out there.
Yeah, the 04 Florida touchdown catch, I think, was confirmed.
Oh, yeah. They spent so much time looking at the monitor to confirm that was a touchdown.
Yeah.
That was actually before they started doing that. But that's not the point.
That's okay. Yeah. I said I believe that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. This catch right here.
Yeah.
It's on my screen. Yeah.
Where is it? It's a screensaver. Is that what you said?
That's what it is. Yeah, it's my
It's
background.
your wallpaper?
That's
on your phone and your laptop? Is that
I
what
look
you
at it
said?
every day. Just excited to work with you. That's what it is.
Yeah, I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
his hand's up in the middle of your face mask.
I didn't see the ball, man. I just reached and grabbed, squeezed.
Look at those hands. What's that sticky stuff on your gloves? Oh.
Oh, those are Adidas. Those gloves were terrible at the time. That was all skill right there, my friend.
That's all in the hands.
I should have went barehanded with those gloves.
That's a good choice. It's a good choice. So, good question by Jeff.
Yeah, really good question.
How many did you have? You had 126 catches to choose from.
Yeah, not enough, but I'll take
it. More than all, but what, 6? You're 7th on the all-time list?
Yeah, some of those guys did leave college early. That probably would have broke it if they would have stayed, but that's not the point.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
well,
at all.
I don't think you have to worry about that or bring it up anymore because now you have all these COVID extra year eligibility guys that kind of balance it out.
Well, I like it right now. Cause
being a 4-year player, that's all you did was play 4 years?
I know,
Where were years 5 and 6?
I know. Well, right now, I don't have anything to worry about because we're running that football right now.
Yeah, keep grinding
two
on it.
tight ends. Yes. Yes. Good job, Josh Heupel. Don't force that ball down the field.
Shame on you.
Give it to Dylan Sampson.
Now you all know why on Monday when we came on the air and Swain was talking about the great game plan and the management of the offense by Josh Heupel. It's because Swain he's not trying to protect a lead. He is trying to protect his standing on the all-time Tennessee list.
Brew. Keep blocking, baby. Dylan Sampson needs you.
Game ball to the receivers for their blocks. 865-656-9900 for you to be a part of the show. An attaboy to hand out in our next segment. 30 minutes to go before Tyler and Will take over on the sports animal side. We also continue on AM 640, The Sports Monster, right here on Josh and Swain.
When special guests call in to 99.1 The Sports Animal, you hear them on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, stanleyfence.com.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Tennessee football loses a commitment in this year's 2025 recruiting class, and offensive lineman Douglas Utu, as Utu flips from the Vols to Oregon. Utu had been committed to Tennessee since June 24th. Tennessee has officially opened up as a 10.5-point favorite against Arkansas next week. Game time for kickoff is still yet to be determined. It is either going to be 7 or 7:30. More college football players continue to announce that they will be redshirting this season, including Mississippi State wide receiver Creed Whitmore, Notre Dame cornerback Jaden Mickey, and USC defensive lineman Bear Alexander. This comes after UNLV loses quarterback Matthew Sluka and running back Michael Allen to redshirts this season as well. Football games tonight include the NFL Week 4 action getting underway between the Cowboys and the Giants at 8:15. Cowboys are currently 5.5-point favorites, and the lone college football matchup tonight is Army at Temple at 7:30. Have a great rest of your Thursday. I'm Riley Thomas.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
99.1 The Sports Animal presents FanDuel Football Friday, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. Insight from all your favorite Sports Animal shows on the next day's Tennessee game. FanDuel Football Fridays on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
They're here. Not poltergeist. Even worse, stink bugs, box elders, and even ladybug impersonators, Asian beetles. Let Thomas Pest Solutions protect your home from these invaders. This house is clean. Call Thomas Pest Solutions now for a free quote and get half off a fall invader treatment with a general pest treatment. Call Thomas Pest Solutions, 566-8444. No obligations, no binding contracts. Thomas Pest Solutions. We believe in solutions, not control. Goodbye, bugs.
It's Smart Football Talk about your Volunteers. Coach to Coach with Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis. Catch it Thursday nights on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey folks, Jordan's with Ted Russell Nissan. This weekend, +1. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. If it'll drive, it's worth $5,500. Slipping, dripping, skipping, rocking, knocking, even wrecked with a bad Carfax. It don't matter. If you can drive it in, you can trade it in. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
It's football time in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, let's get some nachos before kickoff.
Hold on. I forgot my wallet at home.
Don't worry, you can still enjoy the game, even if your wallet's at home. When you add your Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union debit or credit card to your digital wallet, they're always available to use. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Join us now.
Hello again. This is Matt White with White's Marble Works. As everyone knows, football season is here, and just like Tennessee Vol fans, your kitchen deserves a winning lineup. At White's Marble Works, we're a 7th-generation family-owned company delivering top-quality granite, marble, and quartz countertops to tackle the toughest kitchens with style and durability. Locally owned, highest quality, competitively priced, and built to last. Just give us a call today at 423-337-2138 or visit us online at whitesmarbleworks.com. White's Marble Works, quality stone products since 1870.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Why wait for the weekend? At Twin Peaks, they're serving scratch food and pouring quality cocktails every day after dark. Come by the lodge and experience the best late night in the league. Today, tomorrow, or any other day of the week. We'll see you at Twin Peaks.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Our WVLT First Alert Weather Day continues as we head through your Thursday afternoon. High temperatures only into the upper 60s to low 70s as we're tracking off and on periods of heavy showers and downpours at times with increasing rain coverage as we head through the overnight and into Friday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Whether you're facing divorce, injury, or any legal strife has come your way, there's one call to make to Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Big shout out to our friend Jesse Smithy, 5-star preps. He enjoyed the Buddy Band's reference. Saved by the Bell.
One of the best shows
in TV
ever. History. One of the best. So many life lessons.
Who's your favorite on the show? Belding?
Hey, what is going on here? He's a Tennessee guy.
That's right.
Keep it in state.
That's right.
Right? Oh, I mean, the star is Zach Morris, but it's so cool.
Yeah, he had the ability to call the timeout. He had the great cell phone.
The biggest phone I've ever seen in my life. Yep. Correct.
It looked like some kind of prop that would be a mock of what we remember cell phones to be.
No, it's a real thing, man. Real thing. So many life lessons from Saved by the Bell.
Preppy and the crew. Yep. We appreciate you hanging out with us here on Josh and Swain. We're going to hand out an attaboy in just a moment. I had brought up the one we're going to give is more deserving, but I saw this video of the Oakland Athletics crew member on the field because I think their last game there is today, but he was going around and he was shoveling up dirt from the field to hand out to fans because the A's are moving. They're leaving that stadium.
Where are they going?
Well, I think I'm not totally sure of the plan, but they're going to go follow the Raiders route to greatness in Vegas. But your response was, why would fans want that dirt? They're a bunch of losers.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to tell people I said that, Josh.
You need to warm your heart.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
The 2010s did a number on you. You got the White Sox that are looking to set a losing record here.
But seriously, why would you want that dirt?
They
stink.
By the way, to take a Zach Morris timeout, was that joke off the record?
No, man. Totally on the record. I don't care. But it's confusing to me.
Yeah.
It's dirt. It's not like a piece of home plate or chair or I always want to say a rock, but that's what Missouri gives their seniors there for senior night. Senior day, they give them a rock, a Mizzou rock. But it's dirt. You can get dirt anywhere. I can put some dirt in a jar right now and go, hey, A's fan, here's some dirt. You want to buy it? Do you see that A's hat that's flying around social media?
I have seen it.
A's with a bunch of S's.
I would have liked to have been there when the design was approved.
Whose idea was that?
That's a good question. Again, an attaboy to hand out. Jesse noting, fun fact, Mr. Belding's name, it's very dad joke-ish. Belding, Saved by the Bell. Mr. Belding.
I get it, Josh.
Remember his brother Rod Belding?
Nope.
Okay.
Did not. We had a good thing going, Josh, and you messed it up.
And I got in the way of it.
Yep, you did, man. You did. Dancing all in the video.
Yep. Well, a good time to hand out an attaboy to bring some positivity to the show. Every day we hand out attaboys and attagirls thanks to the Native Nursery. Open for contractors and landscapers, and his career spanned 16 seasons. There would have been a lot more individual accolades for him. The fact that he was able to play for 16 seasons says something. He's the youngest MVP in NBA history. He's Derrick Rose. Earlier today, he announced his retirement. A lot of Tennessee fans remember him playing at Memphis. He went on to Chicago again, youngest MVP in league history. Then he tears his ACL, deals with knee injuries, has to deal with the mental battle of he was this great rising star. He was the guy that the other veteran stars watched and said, uh-oh, this guy is going to be a problem for us for years to come. And he ends his career being more of a mentor to younger players. So Derrick Rose today announcing his retirement from the NBA, 16 seasons in the league. Great time that he had with the Chicago Bulls, but respected by so many. An attaboy to Derrick Rose.
When you think about the pressure that he had, coming out of high school. I mean, he goes to Simeon Career Academy where there's so many great players that come from, that school. So many guys that have played at that school go to the NBA. So he had that pressure coming from that school in Chicago, and then he goes to Memphis. He's a phenom from day one. Then he's drafted to the hometowns team.
Yeah,
how hard that is.
Yep.
To go back to the place where you grew up and you're held kind of the savior. A lot of pressure there, and then he was traded away. He was able to take his game, I think, to another level when he was with the Knicks. But he just wasn't his same self after the injury. So had to kind of transform his game a little bit. But 16 years in the NBA, MVP, that's a great career.
It's easy to forget, so you can go back and watch, or if you never saw, go watch the highlights of pre-knee injury Derrick Rose.
He used to dunk on folks left and right as a guard, 6'3" guard, just so explosive.
Madman. There's a play where he's with USA Basketball, I believe, and the speed up the court was outrageous. So 16 years in the league, youngest MVP in NBA history. Today, an attaboy to Derrick Rose. Every day we hand out attaboys and attagirls thanks to the Native Nursery. It's open for contractors and landscapers, your one-stop destination offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials. That includes boulders, flagstone, mulch, and more. They'll even take your leaves and hardscape waste for a low flat rate. If you're a contractor or landscaper, make the Native Nursery your go-to location today. You can go see Ben and Ted at 3473 Louisville Road, just 5 minutes from Pellissippi, off the Topside Road exit, and the phone number is 865-310-3256. for the Native Nursery open for contractors and landscapers. We have one segment to go. Final thoughts on our Tennessee discussion today. A power poll to close things out. One more segment to go right here on Josh and Swain.
Experience the cold refreshment of the Rockies on Rocky Top with ice-cold 102-calorie Coors Light, the official beer of chill. Every Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So make sure the mountain on your can of Coors Light is blue at your next Big Orange tailgate, because that means it's ready to enjoy. Coors Light, born in the Rockies, made to chill. Proud sponsor of Tennessee football. Now available on Saturdays at Neyland Stadium. Please drink responsibly.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Model year-end savings at Twin City Nissan. 2024's must go. Up to $10,000 off MSRP and 0% financing available. TwinCityNissan.com. VIN RN 397401. Some restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. Ends 9/30/24.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready to make money? I know a lot of you got beat up in the NFL last week, and it's not your fault. It's very hard making money betting on sports, and I can help. Go to FatJackSports.com. Everybody gets exactly the same place. They're posted, they're documented. They're going to consistently make you money over the course of the season for less than $100 a week. That's FatJackSports.com today. Consistent winning plays will get you into profit. FatJackSports.com to win.
99.1 The Sports Animal has teamed up with Forge Advertising and WVLT to bring you the Fox and Farmer Toss to Victory. You could win an awesome limited edition cornhole set this football season, beautifully designed with Tennessee tradition. One winner will be chosen each game week, and the 12 winners will also be finalists to win a Tennessee bowl game experience at the end of the season. Log on to 991thesportsanimal.com and enter to win today. For over 100 years, Marvin has been helping contractors and homeowners bring their building projects to life. Marvin Windows and Doors will inspire you to create with confidence, value, and distinction. When you choose expertly crafted Marvin products from Hiwassee Window, you have the support you need to make every window and door project a success. Let their professional sales staff with over 90 years combined experience help you choose the right product. Find your Marvin Windows and Doors today at Hiwassee Window, 865-675-3690, just off Lovell Road.
EduCheck would like to thank you for making this year's event a tremendous success in East Tennessee. Your kindness and devotion to come out and donate blood to Medic Regional Blood Center will save lives. And to the hundreds of guys who came out and received your free PSA test, your family thanks you, because early detection of prostate cancer could save your life. We would also like to thank all of our sponsors for their support. EduCheck will be back next September. To find out more, go to educheck.com.
In sports, the team with the biggest number at the end of the game wins. If you're in the commercial real estate market, NAI Cola RM Moore has some big numbers to share with you. 40 plus years in business in East Tennessee. Over 20 brokers with 470 years combined experience who closed 348 transactions in 2023, resulting in over $209 million in total volume. And in property management, NAI Cola RM Moore manages over 3,750,000 square feet of property. Experience wins. And experience is the reason NAI Cola RM Moore is number one and the largest commercial real estate firm in East Tennessee. They get results, and their success comes from their clients' success. So cross the goal line a winner in commercial real estate with the NAI Cola RM Moore team. Call 865-531-6400. That's 865-531-6400 and online at colamore.com.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
for the final segment of Josh and Swain. I forgot to ask earlier, are you going to be like Dave Portnoy and just go out and buy some quarterbacks? That's what he said he's going to do for Michigan. Didn't they just win the national title a year ago?
They did.
What's the problem? They can't go get quarterbacks?
I would probably need some money to do that.
Yeah, he said he's willing to pony up.
I can buy a holder.
There you go. There you go. Michigan beat USC this past weekend, so they're feeling a little bit better.
Well, you can't spend too much time feeling good about what you accomplished the week before because you turn around and lose if you're not careful.
Yep. Those teams that beat power conference teams a couple weeks ago turned around and lost, like Northern Illinois. Beat Notre Dame, that's great. Then lost to Buffalo this past week. Michigan has Minnesota this week and then travels out to play at Washington next week before an off week. They still go to Illinois, currently ranked in the top 20. Michigan State, always a big game. Oregon, huge game. At Indiana. Indiana's pretty good. And, of course, Ohio State on the road to finish things out. So still a long way to go in the season for Michigan, but they needed that win and got it last week against USC.
Indiana's first in the Big Ten, man. You didn't know that?
Coach Sig.
Well, he told y'all he was going to win.
You know who else is off to a pretty good start?
Tennessee.
Tennessee's off to a pretty good start. You know what? I won't even say it.
Who?
Rutgers.
Oh.
Rutgers is 3-0.
It's okay, Josh. It don't bother me that Shiano's the head coach.
Okay.
He didn't do Tennessee wrong.
No, he didn't. You know what he tried to do? He tried to become Tennessee's head coach. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, not his fault at all. So I have no problem with Shiano.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan in the text box, I remember a D. Rose dunk that looked like something out of NBA Jams. I swear his knees were even with the rim.
Yeah, that's definitely NBA Jam. But yeah, he was special, man. He
go
really
reverse tomahawk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was a freak. He was special. Curious to see what he does, next after his playing career.
We're looking at games, and in a moment we're going to get the power poll. Top games this weekend besides Georgia, Alabama.
Because that's obviously top.
Easily number one.
Yeah.
Georgia and Alabama. Starting to get to an interesting point in the season.
How so?
Because the reality is there's a long way to go in the season. But college football conversation doesn't really operate in reality a lot of the time. If you're a proud fan base and you suffer a couple of losses early,
season's over.
That's exactly right. So like OU and Auburn, I think it's a really interesting game. I don't know that it's going to be a great game for the eyeballs. But you're telling me people aren't interested to see what will happen in that one?
Yeah, for sure. To kind of see how Oklahoma will be able to bounce back. Both coaches have been pretty transparent, man, in their media availability. It's refreshing to hear Brent Venables talk. It is honestly cringy when I hear Hugh Freeze talk.
Yeah.
I get a little cringed out when he's tossing people under the bus. But Venables, man, he's refreshing, and he did not like the play calling against Tennessee, and so let's see what adjustments are made there with their freshman quarterback, and then watching that defense, man. I mean, it's kind of a thing of beauty. Like it was great watching Tennessee and Oklahoma go at it and have a defense struggle. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. So let's see if Oklahoma in their first SEC road game can they bounce back after taking a big fat L at home last week.
You emphasized that one, huh?
I mean, it was a big fat L.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't a skinny L. It was a big fat one. You was at home.
Yep.
You were at home. You had everything in your favor, except for better players. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they were underdogs of 7 points, but
it was more like 6.5. But you get it.
North Carolina Duke. If I offer that game up as something to be interested, probably not. But you do kind of want to see how North Carolina responds to getting.
They play this weekend.
They do. This
4 p.m., huh?
SMU at FSU. Like, that's not on my list of top games, but it can create another storyline. Would you say SMU's favored?
6.5.
Against Florida State.
Why is Florida
preseason
State
top 10
playing
team.
at SMU in the first place? SMU and ACC?
Yeah, it's a conference game.
Really?
Yeah. It's an Atlantic Coast Conference matchup.
Oh, my gosh, man. I got used to this. Yeah, it's on ACC Network.
Yeah, Florida State's coming off a big classic ACC win over the California Golden Bears.
Yeah, because SMU plays Louisville and the other ACC opponent, Stanford. That's normal. And then Duke and Virginia and the other ACC opponent, California, later. So, yeah, okay, I got it. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to the realignment. But Florida State, 6.5-point underdog, SMU.
It's a tough time. It's a tough time. Before we close out our time with today's show, and we appreciate you being with us. If you want to go back and listen to any conversation, enjoy talking to Alan Bell of Driving the Line and Chris Lowe of ESPN, who joins us every week thanks to Dead End Barbecue. That was during the 1 o'clock hour. You can listen to our show wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify. We have our WNML app where you can listen anywhere you get podcasts. You can listen to us on demand thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Thanks to the Rye Master, Riley Thomas, for producing.
The Rye Master. That's right.
We hit the power poll, Swain. We have our top games besides Alabama and Georgia to watch this weekend, an off weekend for Tennessee. So you'll be looking for other options if you're a Tennessee fan. So at least 3 games to watch this upcoming weekend in college football that can be interesting to you for whatever reason you choose.
I'm going to go Oklahoma State, Kansas State. I'm going to go with OU and Auburn, number 2. And then number 1 for me, I got a scout. It's Arkansas, Texas A&M. You said whatever reason? Well, that's my reason.
That's a good reason.
I need to scout. See if Addison Nichols is ready to go up against his old team and some of his friends on the Tennessee defensive line.
Yeah, VFL, who Tennessee will see next week.
I ain't going to say all that now.
Oh, okay. For my list, I have an honorable mention to Colorado UCF. Colorado is a permanent, at the very least, honorable mention team. Colorado Baylor last week. Absolute madness at the end. Colorado with really kind of 2 Hail Mary shots at the end of the game. They got a second shot at it with 2 seconds. Shador completes the pass into the end zone. They go to overtime, and then Travis Hunter is able to punch the ball out as a Baylor running back is going in the end zone. I told you, Travis Hunter, he might be the best player in college football.
Right, he is. He's a Heisman Trophy
This
leader
will actually
right now.
this will be an interesting Heisman case study because Colorado's going to lose more games. But if the season plays out and he keeps putting up these numbers, playing the way he does on both sides of the ball, and it becomes obvious he is the best player in college, but his team isn't good enough and he's not a quarterback. But if they're like Cam Ward's getting a lot of love right now, if Miami, you're shaking your head.
Nowhere close to Travis Hunter.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
silly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the best player.
Yeah.
And if Hunter is clearly the best player, I don't think it should be held against him that he plays for the Buffaloes.
Correct.
So we'll see
I'm
how that plays out. So I have number 3, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, just like you. OU, Auburn, number 2. I have Louisville, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is still alive as a playoff team.
That's number 1?
Number 1. Louisville, Notre Dame. I think it's going to be a good game. ACC matchup.
I thought you were going to be better from your power poll listing yesterday.
ACC-ish matchup, I should say.
You had a 1-2 team.
Problem?
We don't have enough time for me to describe why that is a problem.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Well, fortunately for you and maybe the listeners at this point, we're out of time, but we'll have more time tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We appreciate all the interaction today. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll get you ready for the football weekend coming up tomorrow. Don't forget Rivalry Thursday tonight. Paying attention to the weather today and tomorrow as well. Rivalry Thursday on the Knox and with our radio call as well. So high school football continues on. Tennessee with the off week, but we'll be back tomorrow to get you ready for a big football weekend at 12 o'clock right here on Josh and Swain.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my